Hello and welcome to Boarding Party's D&D campaign, featuring Bentley Woods, CJ, D. Blackwater, Milo Reuter, and Phoebe Wilheim. I'm Drew, the Game Master for the Laris region. The region shakes in the aftermath of Watalonga's destruction, and Milo, Phoebe, and Dee decide there's safety in numbers. Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to Boarding Party. For the first time in many, many weeks, I am joined by more than one Tot at a single time. I would like you all to roll initiative. Milo Reuter.
Yes.
When last I left you,
Yes.
you were standing, well, more like floating in very deep water.
Yep.
This horrible, irradiated blue ash pouring down over the top of you.
Yep.
You were coordinating some rescue efforts,
Correct.
dragging some bodies to the safety of the shore
Yep.
as myriad Pidgeots flew in, doing some medevacs in the ruins of Watalonga. You had just put out a call to Ambercrag Medical Center. Something to the effect, if memory serves, and it may not, something to the effect of, is there anything I can do there, or should I stay here to continue sort of the medevac capabilities? If memory serves, and it may not. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't remember that at all, but I
Well then.
remember getting a call that was like, hey, is everybody okay? I think
Yes.
from D, and I said no. And then Phoebe asked, hey, I think we need some help down here. And that was where we ended.
Very good. Then yes. Then let's go with that.
Okay.
Scrub the first part.
Because I've had to do so
it.
many cutoffs with an explosion, I've kind of forgotten who's where.
Yes.
Scrub it.
But yes, Milo Reuter, as the blue ash pours down from the heavens, you receive the calls from your friends. Is everyone okay? We could use some help down here. You have seen the body of Crash be airlifted.
Yep.
You've seen Mortar climbing the mountain following the body of Bentley Woods.
Yep.
You've seen Remy, many a Ludicolo. You've seen the bodies of hundreds of my sweet whoopee boys.
Yeah.
The Green River is no longer as green or as clear as it used to be. It now flows much like sludge, as blood and other chemicals mix together and
Gross.
flow south.
Okay. So I would like to go to Ambercrag to help out. However, before I leave, I would like to do a bit of a look around. If there are any like obvious rubble piles, maybe a little digging, because I want to make sure that there aren't any straggler Pokeballs from either like CJ or Bentley that are just left here from the blast. And in the back of his head, he wants to make sure that his team wasn't here battling still when it happened. So he just wants to look for any sign that they were here, hoping that he doesn't find anything.
Well, for better and worse, as everything that you can see is very much underwater. There are no signs that your team was here, because there's really no signs of anything. There's a
Fair.
lot of destroyed timber just sort of floating in the water, very gently being carried down the stream towards the Sierra's cave that will then inevitably bring it to Ambercrag and beyond.
Okay.
However, please roll a perception check.
18.
18. You see a slightly, very partially damaged luxury ball floating in the water.
Okay.
Appears to be empty,
Okay.
but it's just sort of bobbing up and down.
I'll pick it up.
Okay. As you scoop the luxury ball off, kind of clean it ever so slightly, wiping off some of the sludge and the algae.
Anything on it, like a name or anything, or? just a luxury ball?
If memory serves, it's just a luxury ball.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, in that case, I'll send Wadsworth out to do just a swim through under the surface to see just. Hey, I know it's disgusting, but like I just want to make sure our friends aren't in here at all. So if you could just do like a cursory check, then we'll get out of here.
Let's have Wadsworth make an investigation check, please.
Okay.
The water is quite murky. If he was not a water type, it would be very difficult to see.
Would be fail.
A 10.
A 10. Using more your telepathic abilities, Wadsworth, as you swim through the water. There are no intelligent signs of life anymore.
Okay. Well, then,
seems like
to Ambercrag
for the
we
most
go.
part, things have expired.
Okay.
As you
Unfortunate.
saddle up upon Bullet and fly off towards the Sierras, we jump to D. Blackwater, who has just crested a unreasonably large wave, shall we say, somewhere in the vicinity of about 100 feet high. In the Red Prince,
Pretty small.
barely cresting over the top without being destroyed. As you and the crew just kind of brace for impact as the boat is crashing down onto still very choppy water, and you see that about maybe 600 to 800 foot stretch of upturned amberite sierras now forming a small island off the southern coast of Port Thalo.
Called it.
As you
When you're
are
home.
cruising along on the Red Prince, a familiar feeling envelops you as Iris is on approach, flying very quickly and sort of disapparating as much as she can, popping in and out every 60 feet or so, taking a look to be quite cautious. But as the Red Prince has just come into Port Thalo and begins the docking procedure, Iris appears on the deck next to you.
What are you doing here?
I did not know where else to go.
What happened?
I am unsure. My device was damaged, and when I got my bearings, I could not find anyone who was still among the living.
Okay, where did you come from? There? And I'll point over where the massive explosion happened.
Yes, I flew from the north as quickly as I could.
Okay, okay, that's not good. I'm gonna attempt to talk to Milo, because he said back, like, no, it's
He
not
said
okay.
nothing's good, yeah.
Okay.
Now that you guys are all here, you can use that freely.
Okay.
And just because we haven't checked in with Phoebe yet doesn't mean you can't talk to her.
Okay. I'll reach back out to Milo and be like, where are we meeting up? Because knowing that just needs to happen.
I think Phoebe said to come help at the hospital, and I saw the rooter birds were air vacuuming those who are still alive back to the hospital.
Gotcha. Okay.
Help.
There is water south of Ambercrag, right? Like,
The
Yeah.
Green River will flow directly from Port Thalo up through Ambercrag.
okay.
However, the Green River is, again, no longer quite so green, as is the ocean you're floating in. The sort of general vicinity around the Laris region right now, all water resembles more like oil. Very dark, very murky, quite choppy, but over the surface of it is developing a very thin film.
Okay. I'm going to kind of flicker my eyes. I'm going to look back towards the north. Is there still that strong blue glow?
There is no strong blue glow so much anymore.
Oh no.
But there is still not quite a mushroom cloud. It's not that dramatic, but there is a massive plume of what looks to be just blue smoke and ash, just slowly dispersing over the area and then kind of spreading with the wind.
Okay. All right. Iris, go ahead. Neek's below deck. Go rest up.
Very well.
I'm gonna look over the edge and I'm gonna call to the siren, and I'm gonna see if she's still there.
Yeah.
She is? Okay.
Large, cream-colored serpent head emerges through the oil.
I'll flick wave to communicate with her. and I will ask.
He's grown up so much. So proud.
The water to Amber Crag and the river would that be safe to travel? Would you know?
I am unsure. I cannot swim in water so shallow.
All right. Well then I have to go. Do me a favor, and if you can, protect the ship.
Of course.
Thank you.
I will remain nearby.
All right, and I grab some allies. I'm gonna run below deck.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start tapping on the walls, making sure, kind of yelling for Neek to deactivate any traps he may have set up.
Okay.
Alright, come on in. Safe.
Hey, buddy.
Hello. What was going on out there? It got a little crazy.
Crazy. You just see glue on every surface. There's like strands of equipment just dangling from the walls.
Great.
It's like there was a lot of turbulence out there or something.
Just a little bit.
Wow.
I need you to watch over Iris and Cooper.
Yeah.
I gotta
do that.
go. Lock
Okay.
everything up. If you have to, Macaulay Culkin this ship as best as you can. It's a movie reference. I know you know what I'm talking about.
Marv's on his way.
Yeah, but as
The wet
if,
bandits.
but if you had like millions of dollars worth of equipment, not Legos.
He's like, lock and load.
And you see like a modified, like compressed air cannon
go.
that he's got holding.
He's like, you said to prepare. I don't know.
Attaboy.
No
And
country for
I
old
don't
men.
know how to use this, but I think it's
Neek's
threatening.
just gonna walk into a mart and go,
Call it. You've been putting it up your whole life. You just didn't know it. Call it.
I would lose my
You
mind.
live in that
And,
farmhouse out back.
and he's gonna have the hair.
You live in that farmhouse out back. You like living out there.
Oh
The
no.
little Dutch boy hair.
That's what happens if Neek is left without a trainer. He's like,
I put my trust in humans once. Won't be making that mistake again.
oh man.
I'll leave him to his devices to protect them down there. I'll run up to the top. I'm leaving behind Mute and Haka and
Okay.
Star and stuff like that.
Noted.
I'm
Leaving
having
the squad back?
Yeah, I'm leaving a lot of the big
Okay.
heavy hitters behind.
All right.
Telling them to protect the ship, make sure everything's good. I'm gonna let Dad know. I'm just gonna give him a wave,
Okay.
and then I'm just hopping into
With wave? Oh,
Yeah, just
Give him wave. Here.
My tools.
But then without saying anything, I'll hop in the dinghy that's kind of like raised up on the ship, and I just cut the rope and I'll just let it drop.
Okay.
Yes, the dinghy is back.
It is.
so who do you have with you then?
Yeah.
Biohazard Bane, Fang, Doubloon, Leviathan, and Cups.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Full squad. Let's go.
Yeah, and then
Oh,
I'll rip the engine, and then I'll cast Control Water to double that movement.
Oh, absolutely. All right. As you make haste at double movement, you could be in Abercrag within the hour.
Perfect.
Woohoo!
Phoebes.
Off I go.
Yes. Where am I leaving off?
You are at the sort of tail end of your tenure at Abercrag Hospital.
Okay.
As far as we have
Have I
completed,
done?
you are done with everything you have done.
Okay. So I've
All of
talked
you-
to crickets.
All
We're
of that
back
stuff
there.
has happened.
Okay.
And then you're just sort of back
Okay.
as Crickets is off on their
Off.
mission.
Yes.
As you Crickets? Yeah. So dude, it got dire. Okay. We called in everybody.
Squad up.
We had found Nurse Boy. I'm just kidding. We didn't do that. But Phoebes,
Yes.
as you are back at the Abercrag Medical Center,
Yep.
an explosion having rocked this place not but 2 hours prior,
Yeah.
you've put out the call to your friends.
Yeah.
2 of them have answered. One of them is obviously in room like 52B or
Yeah.
something.
With
B is in Bentley.
our handiwork.
Yes, with your incredible medical knowledge,
Yes.
having both nearly killed him and also stabilized him.
Yes.
But we don't have to talk about that.
You're
As you kind of get your bearings, a number of somewhat familiar faces pull through the door with, thankfully this time, very minor wounds, a little bit of dehydration, maybe some malnutrition, some friendly faces from Oriander. come rolling in. You see Mitch,
Bitch.
Merle. These guys come walking through the doors. Traveling with Mitch
Okay.
is now Terry,
Okay.
who has been in Ambercrag for a while. We just haven't run into her. But as she brings him in, Mitch, as you may or may not remember, very tall fellow, rented out milk tank babies
Okay.
way back in the day.
And
Merle,
Terry.
the guy who gave out the
Berries.
tour at Stetson Farms.
Meryl gave the tour.
Merle. Yeah.
Yes, Merle.
Merle.
Yes, Merle.
Huh?
The tour at Stetson Farm, or the berries.
Yep. And then Mitch and Terry were the milk tank.
Milk tank farm.
Yes.
Farmers.
Behind them are a few crates of stones.
What?
Not like source stones, like
Oh, I was like-
evolutionary stones.
Wow. A crate of them?
Several crates, in fact.
Wow, 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 wow. wow.
And being let in on a rope is the biggest Tauros you've ever seen. It's Richter. Back to his good old-fashioned
Richter's back.
tan and brown self.
Richter's back.
He's massive. He looks exhausted.
Okay.
He's got a few minor abrasions,
Okay.
some cuts and bruises,
Nothing crazy.
and you feel like a little bit of a rumbling in the earth.
What?
But nobody who has just walked in seems concerned at all.
From the rumbling of the earth?
Mhm.
Am I the only one that's concerned?
Everybody in the hospital is kind of like, what's going on?
Yeah, yeah.
And Mitch and Terry will call out, it's just like 30 Tauros. They're fine. They're headed to the woods estate now. We've got it figured out. As they're like, as it kind of dies
okay,
down.
Okay.
Everything kind of
I'm waiting for another
calms.
explosion. Yeah. I don't need that.
Yeah, nobody does. Nobody needs that. As you are in the hospital and therefore the only one near a television,
Yes.
a news broadcast will kick in.
Yeah.
There we go.
Breaking news!
Unplanned but great. And indeed, breaking news worldwide.
Oh boy. Okay.
Lowland flooding.
Lowland flooding.
Lowland flooding from
Everywhere?
every region. Sea levels worldwide temporarily rose about 40 feet.
So much.
Incumbent from the initial blast that the Red Prince was able to get over, if you had still been out to sea, my guy.
I'd have been
40 or
dead.
20 feet?
I'd have been dead.
40?
Yes.
Like one.
As we may remember, the DC for the Red Prince to not crack in half was 20.
Yeah.
And you made it
Yeah.
by one.
Dude, 40 feet? Like,
Yeah.
2 feet would flood most coastal
Yes.
cities.
So,
Yeah.
yes, which is why it is a problem.
Is there not flooding here?
Not here. You were the source of the blast. Everything rippled
Like a
out
tidal
from the
wave
Laris region.
outward.
And that water and that wave, because of the energy that was released, just continued to swell until it hit something.
Oh.
The initial damage and the death toll is estimated to be in the hundreds of thousands.
The hell are these?
Dude.
As you see some camera footage of, we'll just say, some other regions fully submerged. Even the highest of buildings are struggling to peer over now the top of this sort of new coastline. And everywhere, the water is that weird, murky black. Almost like oil or sludge with a film developed over the top.
Good.
Anyone that is capable of sensing the presence of source stones
Uh-huh.
no longer senses Crash or the Feraligator.
Oh.
Those are the
Whoa.
only two I can sense.
Interesting.
You're
Yes.
like, dang it!
My two lads who have met and are vaguely at least aware of the Tide Caller, still kicking.
Okay. So I still have
Is it this
way
week?
out.
No, that's the
That's
Kyogre.
Kyogre.
Rainmaker.
Uh-huh.
I call
Zaddy.
him Papa.
Zaddy.
Zaddy. What is he, Pedro Pascal?
Can he?
It's just a whale with Pedro Pascal's
Face. Yeah.
Mr. Pascal, if
Come
he would
on.
like to come down and
Come
play the Titan
on.
Caller, I will make him a recurring
Just
character.
one line. One line.
Full eyes here, just a soup.
No.
I got you. And he just leaves.
if he swam in and just went, your cargo, I'd be like, yeah, he said the thing. Yeah. It'd be amazing.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Get you off track.
The two of you who are outside, clouds of this kind of smoke and ash just continued to spread outwards and across, being carried by the winds in a number of directions.
Does it seem toxic in any way?
100,000,000%.
Okay.
It is extremely radioactive.
Okay.
Highly recommended you don't touch it.
I don't need this kind of toxicity in my life.
As Phoebe will be able to attest momentarily, anything that has these sort of blue chemical burns
Yeah.
will have a permanent weakness to water damage. Which is not great, because
Looking
that
good
is
for me
A
when I
lot.
hit
that
people.
is every surviving resident of Watalonga.
Yeah.
It is Bentley Woods. It is
Including Ty. No, Ty just had bruises
Ty has
and
some
cuts.
mild burns.
Thanks to Goodman, the best
Thanks
man.
to Goodman, who
Yeah.
really took one for the team.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
He's looking a little rough.
Yeah. But as our Oriander refugees arrive, there are some faces you recognize, some that you don't.
Okay.
They all come pouring in. Thankfully, none of them have these sort of chemical burns. They just have minor abrasions. They look like they haven't eaten in a couple days.
Okay.
And maybe like they did a forced march for a while, just to get where they were going.
Yeah.
How many people about? Outside of the ones I know, Mitch and Terry.
If memory serves,
Carl.
it's 5 or 6.
Richter.
There's not many. Not many people survived in Oriander that didn't get out already. But you do see Daniel, Jess, and Lyle
Okay.
as well come
Okay.
marching in. Lyle, exceptionally high spirits. Jess and Daniel realize what they've been through.
Right.
Where Lyle,
I almost died again.
this is just Tuesday for
God damn
Lyle.
it. God damn it.
When you face your own mortality at age 5, you
Yeah.
know, what is anything? What's a threat?
Tuesday.
It's a hard
It's just another Tuesday, innit?
Annette.
It's just Tuesday.
It's a hard knock life.
But with the
Okay.
newfound alacrity of D in the water, the literal black water, as you come cruising up the river on this dinghy at maximum speed. Milo, you crest over much more quickly than last time the summit of
It's a bit
Vaporite
smaller,
Sierras,
so
because
it
it
should
is
be
now
easier to fly
it's,
over.
it's about 150 or so feet smaller and a plateau now, so you just kind of go wee, cruising
Dude,
over the
that's
top.
significantly like an entire mountain, 150 feet of
And I've been
gone.
calling it a plateau. It is at an angle.
Yeah.
It was sheaved at an angle, as you know. But yeah, it's bad news bears. But as the two of you arrive in your various forms of locomotion at the Ambercrag Medical Center, it's a mess. It's a mess here.
It's bad.
There are those FEMA tents that were set up outside are filled with new arrivals. Hundreds, if
People.
not
Displaced peoples.
yes, hundreds of displaced peoples, Pokemon that are just wandering in. A lot of birds that just made their way in here with blue chemical burns.
Okay, I was just gonna say, are there people wandering in with these burns?
Yes.
Okay.
And as you're beginning to notice, especially Milo as you're flying over the summit of the Sierras, and D as you are heading towards them, that blue smoke is just spreading from the source in
Out.
all directions, but primarily following the ocean breeze to the
Right.
south.
Okay.
So it is heading out to sea.
It is headed right now. It's gonna crest, thankfully, to the east of Ambercrag. It will likely hit Port Thalo because the Sierras will keep it boxed in on this side, because it's now shallow enough it can pool over the mountain. I will let you know Hillmouth, Mayburn, and Falchester are gonna get hit hard.
Okay, knowing that it's probably gonna hit Falchester,
With
and
this
that's
dust.
and that's where all
Because
the
it's
privateers
just
are.
it's just coated in the winds, and it's just gonna follow the ocean breezes.
Ooh. Could I reach into the? I'm gonna pull out the privateer tablet.
Okay.
I'm gonna message Papa and let him know to evacuate everybody, all the squad from Falchester,
Okay.
and get to safe grounds.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
But D, as you dock the dinghy, Milo, you with your crazy perception, you notice a dinghy comes zooting up the Green River. White coat billowing, trident in one hand, very majestic, as he's just going...
Onward!
As you come
Who are you
closing
killing?
up.
Oh no.
It's the bad vibes.
He's like, guys, it's gonna be bad. Just
Yeah.
kill you now.
Yeah.
I'll connect linearly with D and
Are you guys gonna ride in parallel? Just
Pick him up off the dinghy. It is...
yeah. Well, it's just like once he docks to where as close he's getting, because
you're just gonna pick him up.
just be like, come on, hurry! There's so much to do. Come on, and we'll go. And I want to head towards my house.
Yeah.
Oh sure. I said come help, and you just leave.
Yep.
Come help. I go.
I'm afraid of hospitals. I'm just kidding.
This is one fear now.
If you read my 11-page backstory, you would know. It's on page 5.
So we're
Stopped
Section
at
B.
3.
we're gonna run towards my parents' house. Ask you if you're okay.
Barely. Large tidal wave. Ship almost didn't make it, but other than that, I'm solid.
Out at sea?
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. I was flying over Wadalonga and it blew up on me and like bullet cased around me and I had to do a force field and to speak as a player for a second had to use my time dice
Oh.
to meet the check to not die.
Bullet crit failed the save. And would have taken 204 water damage. Which would have just cut him in half.
Yeah.
So
Of all the times to use a time die, that's a pretty good one. That's a good save.
crazy. So
And even then, he made it by the DC.
so
Terrifying.
running over to my house
Yeah.
because I want to tell my mom we need to. I know all the Pidgeots and Pidgeys are doing stuff
Yeah.
right now, but
She's like on the roof of the house coordinating.
perfect. I'll just land there too. But
Yeah.
and then loud enough so D can hear to relay as needed. Hey, that dust that's moving, not good. Like it's raining. It's like acid rain when it touches you, and it will just like literally instantly burn you.
Are you
and
psychically saying this? Can I hear this? Or are you just talking to Dee?
I'm just talking to D and my mom right now.
Okay.
I think I smell where you're stepping in.
Yeah.
I think I see where you're headed.
She got to send some
Same
communication
Yeah.
to the people because if it's going to burn you on the touch and make you weak to water, which to me sounds like rabies. So
Yeah.
we need to get word out there stat to have people be in a safe place indoors, preferably like a non-natural building,
Yeah.
and keep anyone else from being subject to this because it is not good.
She will do the kind of like whistle thing, which Milo will know is a whistle signal for the largest of the birds to fly east and catch the tailwinds.
Okay.
As
Yeah.
you see about 20 or so Pidgeots kind of like all perk their heads up from the medical center and then just take off to the east and begin generating just a massive amount of tailwind.
Nice.
It's real windy.
Tis an emergency. And then we gotta go help at the hospital. Thanks, Mom. Bye.
Yeah, she just sees that you're alive and is like, thank God. Go, birds, go! Go, 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 now, 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 now.
Bullet will start flying. I'll just wingsuit down to the ground. I'm sure
Okay.
you'll be running behind.
Yeah.
Make it to the hospitale and look
Hospitale.
for Phoebes.
I'll be
Phoebe.
I'll be with Tito. I'll have Tito use his
got
hand
Tito
to
with you?
like be like, here.
Uncle Tito.
There's a beautiful sparkling hand
Yeah.
pointing and it says, Phoebe.
Yeah.
Pointing down as he's like, I don't know who I'm doing this for. But okay.
I won't even question how convenient that is in this high pressure
Yeah.
situation.
Little
It's Tito.
as you approach Phoebe, you see about this tall local fairy just snapping his fingers back and forth, and you just see Phoebe, Phoebe,
Convenient.
Phoebe, Phoebe.
Yeah, I'm gonna go towards the sign that says Phoebe.
As he's just looking at you like, why?
We're waiting for some friends.
Oh.
Thanks, Tito.
All right.
Appreciate it.
He's like, party's over here.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Party
buddy.
over here.
Well,
He's
Well, if
nothing
Tito's-
if not nauseatingly optimistic.
Yes, if Tito's there, it's a party.
I'll run up.
Oh, thank God. You guys are here. And you're alive.
Barely, but yeah.
Yeah.
What happened?
Same.
As far as I know, and I pieced together, there's a mountain missing.
Yeah, it's in the water now.
Yeah,
It's off the coast.
yeah, it's over
Yeah,
there.
I just watched an explosion happen where it literally hit the mountain like a home run contest
Cool.
out into the ocean.
It did the Super Smash Bros. For the perfect frame.
It was, from what I can piece together from everything that's happened here, and I went into Lord Ridgemont's like little pool. Is that the
His
Oni?
pool? Like a
His-
swimming pool?
No, his mercury pool.
Sounds equally dangerous, but okay.
It's like the scrying orb.
Okay, all right.
Only he has to help you.
And,
Anyway.
and Milo will be like, please don't say it, please don't say it, please don't say it, but
Anyway, the Oni. That's what happened over there.
what do you mean?
The Oni.
The Oni happened? What does that
happened-
mean?
He found CJ, and CJ's not here. Bentley is in that room. If you want to go see him, he's not doing too hot.
Well, that explains why Iris is on my ship.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Jesus.
Like,
Crash is dead. He's over there,
Like,
gone. Like, if he doesn't get, the only thing that could possibly bring him back is ambrosia, and we're already limited on time now because it's been several days.
It's been like a day.
Oh, okay, just kidding. It's been a day.
It
I lied.
happened.
Tia's like, we have one day to decide.
It-
Hurry, choose.
Yeah. To kind of close everything up real nice, Wadalonga detonated the evening prior to right now.
Okay.
And it's like 5 a.m.
Okay.
So he's been dead for between 6 and 8 hours.
So my guess is that the Oni has CJ. Have no idea. I tried to see trace where the Oni went with him because I said show me the Oni.
Show me the Oni.
I have no idea what it is. I guess I saw the Onis like being created, and there's looks like there's some kind of bunker on Route 102.
Mm.
And my suspicion is that if the Oni has CJ, he brought him back there. Or it brought him back there.
and you said it was around where?
Route 102. In the middle of it.
Okay.
Pause for a second. Is he okay? What's he barking at?
I think Dad's here.
Oh.
They're gonna go to the petrol.
Oh, they probably
Oh, yeah,
left. Okay.
If whoever comes to the door, I'll let him in.
I
Bunker?
saw that bunker.
You did?
I did.
Okay. There's a control device though for the Oni. It doesn't just do what they say because they say it. They have some kind of device that controls the Oni.
Kind of like this, and I'll pull out a Dominus. Do you remember these?
I remember those, but it's not like that. There's not a thing on the Oni itself. I don't know how it works, but it's just like a almost remote. And they click it. Because they obviously tortured it
They
to
did
make it
click
what
and
it
trick
is.
Question for you, Drew.
Yeah.
Talking about rocket bases, knowing that my dad and them do not have excellent rapport with one another.
Yeah.
Would I happen to know down in that cellar, or in like the bilge of like the ship, where would there be any sort of rough sketches or maps of these bases?
No.
No, I didn't know if you
No.
did any like sort of like reconnaissance or
In
anything there.
in the same way that the Rocketeers would not know about the privateer operations, they know of each other. They're very they're like, we must protect the brand. It's
Yeah, yeah.
proprietary information.
Yeah.
Don't let this get out. It's a lot of that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Where the privateers is a little more obvious because all their stuff is on a ship, but Team Rocket wouldn't know your general,
Specifics.
like your specific numbers,
Right.
how well armed you are.
Gotcha. Okay.
You know that they have bases here
You
Okay.
guys probably
Somewhat.
have guesstimates of one another.
Yeah.
But not.
I just didn't know
Yes.
if like my dad's like, you know what, screw these people, let's send in like a squad
Yeah,
to kind of do
Oh, I
anything.
see.
Oh,
So,
if they
that
did,
was
they
my
would have
thing.
done it.
Some
Yeah.
intelligence gathering?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just didn't know if that was a thing. I was like, I figured I'd have to ask.
Fair question. But yeah, if they had that kind of information, they'd have done it already.
Yeah.
They'd have barged in there.
Yeah. And then the Helios was here. Took off.
Add that to the
Yep.
damn
He's
list.
not here anymore.
The last time I saw he walked away, I didn't have time. All of them were coming in. It was either follow him or make sure everyone was okay here. That was brought in from the direct blowing up
Fair.
of Crash's
I
source stone.
support that decision. But when you say left, like he went down the hallway to keep being here, or like he left the building?
I don't know. He just headed down the hall in all the chaos.
As soon as she says that, I'm going to cast Detect Evil.
Oh, and wait.
Oh.
I'm not done yet.
It scares
okay.
me. I was like,
I went, wait, counterspell! How do you know that?
Sorry, you can do that. I just, before I forget.
Why do you know how to do that, Phoebe? I didn't tell you. Counterspell! Fireball! Oh my god! Silvery bombs! Why do you know these things?
Phoebe's Helios.
But
go ahead.
Phoebelios.
blue is gone.
I think
Blue's
I
gone.
kind of had a thought that might happen.
I wasn't.
Oh, that was funny.
I wanted to keep track of her. I don't really necessarily want to go meet up with her, so I have crickets following the champion.
Got
Blue.
it. I am going to step away for a second to go to the desk and blow my nose, air quotes.
Oh.
I'm going to put on my goggles and do a cursory look through.
Do you have a tissue? Okay.
And look around because
Yeah.
I looked and I thought I saw something when I was out traveling around that I would have guessed maybe had been the Oni, but it was moving around so much that it sending a warning was like, "Hey, be careful east of Arizona." Like, okay,
Sure.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
It's like, great.
So
If you're going outside,
Watch
be
out.
careful.
yeah,
Wear some sunscreen.
Yeah.
so I saw it
It's the
moving
silent
around,
killer.
and then the next time I saw it was in Wadalonga, to where I saw what I seemed to you was Crash's stone, and
When
then
was
I
this?
right before, because once I saw it pop up in Wadalonga and I saw Crash was there, I immediately turned around to try to go warn them.
Okay.
Then it exploded.
Okay,
So-
so it was the Oni.
That's my guess. But knowing that that is potentially what happened and a bunch of things were just air vac here, it may be playing dead to come infiltrate the hospital. So I'm going to put on my goggles and do a cursory look around
Okay.
to make sure that like they didn't like replace you, and you know they're sending us, "Hey, go find CJ." You
And
know
that's
what I
why
mean?
Phoebe goes,
She counterspells by
Yes.
Detect
Yeah.
Evil.
yeah. So, yes, so at the same time, I'll say that you're doing this. We'll have Detect Evil pop up.
Yeah, lasts for 10 minutes.
You get 10 minutes. You
Yeah.
get a little radius.
And I'll kind of just, like, as we're kind of like walking and talking, I'll
Okay.
add, like, through the hospital, I'll kind of just walk around.
Okay.
Okay. Very good.
I'm just saying I stepped away because I'm checking both of them too, just in case.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Good call,
Okay.
good call.
These two are clean.
Okay.
You are not in. You
We
are
didn't
not.
pull the
But I
vulnerable.
still
You are
stab him
not
in the back.
vulnerable.
No, I'm
Yeah.
just kidding.
But just in case, Milo. I just want to make sure it's still you.
I'm just saying.
Blood pact.
You gotta be careful.
Yes. Okay. Milo, you put your goggles on, and everybody with the blue burns
It's glowing blue.
glows
is
blue.
bluey.
Okay.
Bluey.
Bluey.
Okay.
Mr. Blackwater.
Oh
Yes, sir.
gosh.
There is one. As you're kind of just walking through tents and hallways, you get a thing. You
Uh-oh.
detect an evil entity.
Okay.
An
Your own
evil
left
aligned
pinky toe.
entity. And you see a human-sized, quite rotund thing. You just sense it. As you're walking past a doorway, you turn to look and you see a large, ghostly, bandaged individual with their back to the door, and they seem to be kind of hovering over someone in a bed that you don't recognize.
Is there a medical chart on the outside of the door that has like a name or anything on it?
I'd say that's reasonable.
Violating all these HIPAA laws, advertising who's just on the door. Gee.
I'll say it's probably hanging on like the edge of the bed, but
Sending OSHA.
you'd be able to see.
Okay. Sending OSHA.
You'll be hearing from my attorneys.
OSHA for HIPAA?
Yeah. Listen, I'm 12. I don't know all the acronyms.
I know what I'm talking about.
Give me your
With the FCC and the double A's and the triple A's.
Yeah.
and
Is the FCC coming?
Yeah.
The Securities and
FCC
Exchange
won't-
Commission?
Yeah.
Because at the FCC.
Doctor, are
won't
you
let me
UL
be-
approved?
Is there-
Like the electronics commissions?
The FCC won't
Is the
let me
FDA
be
here?
so-
Yeah. As you kind of just look into the room, it's nobody that looks familiar, really at all. But they appear to be conscious and like just kind of conversing with this spooky ghost boy.
Okay.
I know this ghost boy.
You do? Oh, are you walking with me?
Yeah, I thought we were all working
Oh,
together.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'll just.
I thought he stepped away.
Oh, my bad. Kidding.
I mean, Phoebe's.
You could follow him, I guess.
All right.
if-
it would be an exceptionally Phoebe thing to do to be like, we're going.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I will follow D.
Okay.
It's
And
because I was going to blow my nose. So
Yeah, that's
you
true.
just walked away.
Yeah, I was
so-
just like, okay, Milo's doing his thing.
yeah.
Blow your nose. I'm gonna walk down the hall real quick.
Okay.
And I'll just kind of stop at the door, and I'm just gonna. I guess you just see me kind of like just studying the creature floating.
You good?
Kind of gives me a bad vibe, kind of like a tingle in the back of my neck.
Him?
Yeah. Do you know him?
Yeah. I helped him out. He gave me this. I'll pull out my bandage.
Yeah, she pulls out a gray and black just spool of like gauze.
It's infinite bandage.
All right.
Check this out. I'm gonna make a fake, like a leg.
Yeah.
Just what it looks like a leg is in there, but it's just bandage.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's hollow,
Yeah.
but it wraps up like a cast.
And it just like flops around.
Yeah, it doesn't have
Like a
any
boot.
rigidity to it, but it's just.
I'll start
Alright.
making my way back to them.
Was his name Gadsby? Am I
Yeah.
right? Yeah. That's Gadsby.
Okay. and you-
I don't see who. Can we see who he's talking to or floating above?
Yeah, it's somebody that the two of you don't recognize. Phoebe knows they just walked in with the Oriander squad,
Oh. Okay.
All right.
but it's all hands on deck.
But they're conversing, and it looks like the conversation that they're having is pleasant.
It's pleasant enough.
Are you getting bad
Person
vibes?
doesn't seem uncomfortable, other than they're talking to a literal ghost.
Okay.
Is it Gadsby?
Yeah. Kind of just. I don't
Phoebe
know.
would recognize the voice from the doorway. My goodness, you look terrible, but also not nearly as bad as the people that have come in before. Do tell what happened.
It's a fun voice.
Yeah.
Who's this guy?
He's
Yeah, that voice
he's
carries.
He's from he was a doctor back in the day. In the, I don't know,
He's from the before four
18th
times.
century.
In the-
It's like a ghost.
yeah.
Yeah.
He is not a ghost. He is a Dusclops.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
He was
he is
previously a human.
he was
And-
previously alive.
He has wings.
He does have wings now, courtesy of one Phoebe,
Okay.
who sort of just on a whim was like, you know, some wings.
I was helping
Made
him
some
out.
paper mache wings.
Yeah, and he's like, yes.
A lot happened, guys. You've been apart for
Okay.
like 10 days. You
But-
have no idea what
Jesus.
can
Let me-
happen.
Yeah.
You've all done things.
We got a lot to talk about.
Who's he talking to, though?
Nobody that the two of you would recognize.
Can we peek on the...
What
Phoebe,
about the
you've
three
got
of we?
you have
Three
medical
of-
clearance to walk in. Milo
Okay.
knows who this is.
Okay, do you want to go in
If
there?
you're there.
Okay.
You're getting bad vibes.
Yeah. Just kind of. Yeah. Let's meet him.
Okay,
There you go.
I'm going to walk in. Hi, Gadsby.
Why, it's always Dr. Wilhelm. It's a pleasure to see you again, my dear.
Doctor. You know,
And you've brought in a friend.
Yes, this is D.
Oh, it is a pleasure to meet you, dear. I'm Gadsby.
I'll reach out to Shake.
Yeah, it's like shaking hands with gauze. Yes, a pleasure to see you. I was just talking with my new friend here, freshly wandered in from Oriander. Just a bit of dehydration. She'll be on her feet in no time.
on her feet.
Yes.
Was it Raina?
Who is this?
It is Raina. As you kind of pop in.
Who's
Uh,
Raina again?
You didn't meet her.
Oh.
Yeah, she's got an IV in one arm, a little juice box. Get some fluids.
Does she look to be doing well? Not like from a medical standpoint, but like that she's not like, please, for the love of God, leave me alone kind of thing?
No, she looks very, very tired and is like, you're not actively trying to kill me, and that's more than I can say for everything I've been around for the last month.
D detected evil on Gadsby?
Yep.
Okay.
What?
Now, evil is not necessarily
It's just their alignment.
anything beyond alignment.
Okay.
It doesn't mean he has nefarious intentions.
Okay.
It just means he's an evil-aligned creature.
That can't. Not the Gadsby I know.
Well, the Gatsby that you know is from a different time. But
Yeah, that's fair.
things aren't exactly what they used to be. You know, I understand. Things have changed.
There were no malpractice suits in the 1800s.
It's true. They just died from
Back
infection.
in my day, we simply removed limbs when they didn't work anymore. We didn't have bracing and things like that.
Okay.
There were no prosthetics. It was, we would use the leg of a table, perhaps.
Interesting.
All right.
Thrifty.
I'll just wave at Reyna. Glad you made it.
Oh, hi, Milo.
Thank you again for everything that you did. Get us out of there, and she just looks exhausted.
Anytime.
Do you need
Tired.
anything else? Are you good?
No. Oh, she'll be fine. She just needs a bit of a nap. Maybe for 2, maybe 3 days. She looks very tired.
Okay. Are you
She'll
just
be looked after, rest assured.
are you making the rounds?
Yes, they're quite busy there, so if I wouldn't mind filling in on account if I don't get tired, I figured I might as well. It's also very boring to just sort of exist in a hospital and not be useful.
That's fair. All right.
With him saying that, D kind of relaxes. Him saying like, I can't be useful. I'm just here. I'm like, okay. I'll kind of just skirt on out.
I mean, he gave me this bandage, D.
Very happy for you, Phoebe.
Look at it.
It's very helpful.
infinite.
It's infinite. I don't think you understand.
I mean, I do.
I can use this forever.
Watch just spins around and mummies herself. And I can do this 1,000 times.
How
still
useful
have
this will be
leftover.
when we all are shot in the field
Nice.
for what's about to come.
That's an
I
understatement.
am going to see if we want to all start up now that the immediate dust is settled. Maybe go to Bentley's room, catch up a little bit,
Okay.
figure out what we want to do.
Yeah.
If we're good with that,
Yeah.
Bentley's dad might be there. Just let you know.
okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Unless it's not, like, okay.
I mean,
I'm
that's
gonna.
fine. Yeah.
I'm going to also grab one of the crates, so I can use that as a talking point, and then
One
we
of the
will,
crates.
yeah, of stones.
Oh, okay.
And go into Bentley's room, and we can
Okay.
discuss.
yeah.
Is he? Can I do a look over, a medical check, just make sure he's
On Mr. Woods?
yeah. Still, even if it's just the same status, just make
Yeah,
a check.
Bentley has not improved.
But he hasn't
He hasn't gotten
declined.
worse. He hasn't gotten worse.
Okay.
There are still those very open blue lesions, but again, you also left him like an hour or 2 ago.
Right.
But
I mean,
yes.
a lot can happen in an hour
Yes,
or two.
he's still to set the scene for Milo and D as you sort of arrive at the Bentley Woods hospital room. Tom and Helen Woods are just sitting, one leg kind of bouncing in a chair. Helen refuses to sit. She's just standing behind, just staring at Bentley. The entire front of Bentley's torso, blue radiation burns, head to toe. He is wrapped in what Phoebe has told you many times now is infinite bandage across his abdomen. So all of that's kind of covered up. And he has a quite irregular heartbeat. It's very low, it's very unsteady, but he seems to be stable enough in that he doesn't seem to be getting
Worse.
markedly worse. Those lesions are still as open as they have been, because again, it's only been 2 hours.
Okay.
I will allow a medicine check from you if
Yes.
you want to make sure
Yes.
that he's still the same.
I want to be sure. That is going to be 23.
Okay. As you're looking over him, a number
the
of
one you
these
need.
smaller lesions have grown. The larger are about the same size, but it does seem as though this sort of blue chemical burn is continuing to eat away at these surface layers of skin. And
That's
this is
not
a
good.
common trend on everyone with these blue lesion burns.
Jeez.
I'm gonna look at. Then I'm gonna turn and be like, he's doing all right. He's not worse.
Yeah. Tom and Helen see the three of you come in and can barely like raise their eyes to look. They're just all eyes on.
I'm gonna grab
On
him
Benny
coffee.
Boy.
I'll grab him coffee.
Okay.
Because I know they probably want to be awake and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Helen will accept, and Tom doesn't even move.
Move, yeah.
I'll just
He's a
leave it
bit.
next
He's
to
a
him.
bit catatonic. You see Mortar still standing in the corner. Just
You did good.
He
Mortar.
doesn't have any burns.
no burns on Mortar.
That's good.
Yep.
But he is
Mortar, help me
also,
out.
as Phoebe knows, he's without capture device.
Yeah.
And there is
His ball blew up.
And there is some
Blew
extra
up.
burning on Bentley's right or left hip. I have yet to confirm with him where Bentley keeps his Pokeballs.
So that is confirmed it blew up.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
which is part of why this is so much worse for Bentley.
Honestly, probably
And also
better.
how Iris may perhaps have caught some flack.
Because at least the Oni doesn't have that stone as well.
Yeah,
Because that one was fused into the
yeah,
ball,
that
right?
one
Yeah,
was
it's
too
literally-
small to do much with.
Oh, okay.
But
It would have
still.
been like
Yeah.
a firecracker, but it would still hurt a lot if you blew up a firecracker on your belt.
Yeah.
You know,
Small dynamite.
as one does.
Yeah, that's.
Hopefully no one's done that.
The rest of his capture devices, though, are there, and everything seems to be on the up and up, or...
No. Right now, because most of Bentley's stuff is not here, Mortar's holding his backpack, which has a big tear in the side, and it's just kind of like seated against the ground, but he's just kind of holding it because it's the only thing he's got, as he's just watching. He's holding a slightly damaged fishing pole, and just... Rose's
Rose-
ball is missing.
Rose is bad. Rose is here.
Oh, Rose is
Yeah,
here?
as it kind of starts to click for the two of you, you have a luxury ball. Iris is on the ship. Iris came in a luxury ball.
Oh, from when you did your sweep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then if memory serves again, and it might not, I believe he at least had Evinrude with him, but all the other Pokeballs are still there. They're just in his backpack.
Okay.
I'll hand you the luxury ball. Yeah, I think this is Iris's. You said she was on your ship, so.
Yeah. Can I just do a quick scan to see what's wrong with it?
Oh, please do.
Fixie.
What's 18 times 2?
A lot.
36.
Yeah.
36. There you go.
Okay. Yeah. So as you kind of look it over, it's very mild damage. It looks like one of the sort of back hinges and the actual like capture interface mechanism are just damaged enough that it would have sent Iris out of the ball, but not enough to destroy it or harm her in the process.
Perfect. Okay.
But as canonically, her ball was just right next to Mortar's.
Yeah. I'll just kind of...
You could fix it with a screwdriver in like 5 seconds, but it's just
I'll
damaged
just do it real
enough
quick.
to eject her from the ball.
Okay, I'll just quick, because D's like, oh, easy. And he'll just kind of make a couple motions and it's
Yeah.
fixed.
Sometimes the die rolls are super minor.
And now it's fixed.
Yeah.
Well, after
And
all,
it'll kind
why
of
shouldn't I keep it?
it'll just kind of
Yeah.
And you see a little
I mean,
reconfiguration.
if you want it, you can have it.
no. I'm kidding.
If you want it, you can have it. Let me know.
Yeah, I'll just put it back in my bag.
So, you were able to see that the Oni did this?
Yeah.
Do you know
And,
more
and
specifics?
carried off CJ.
You-
No.
that- okay.
I tried to find out where the Oni went. What happened? I couldn't.
And you think it's near Route 102?
That's where I think the bunker is that it
Okay.
came from. I don't know if that's where it went back.
I saw one when I was flying from Green Gate down to here. I saw a bunker.
On Route
Okay.
102.
That's
Uh-huh.
probably
Okay.
the best
Can I
bet,
see
if
the
not a
map, Drew?
good place to start.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's where he is, but the Oni definitely has CJ.
Do you have a rough idea of where it is on Route 102, of where you saw this possible bunker?
Kind of.
Is it by anything?
As Joel, no. But
we went
Oh,
on
okay.
102, right?
no, we've never
No,
gone
we've never.
that way.
Okay.
Only Milo has ever passed by it, and it was by air.
Okay.
It was
And
about
I did check.
No,
couple
I
days
did Route
ago.
102. I would have done Route 102 coming from Green Gate to Alluvia, right? Because I would
allow
have hit
it.
Alluvia, then Wadalonga.
Yeah, then you would have gone by it.
Okay.
At least down the route.
But down the route.
I flew over it and said like, hey, you know,
Yeah.
this path has always been known as super dangerous. As I'm flying, do I see anything that would be like super obvious?
And that's what you saw.
And I didn't really see anything, and it's like that was a note. But I was like, okay, that didn't really seem like a terrible thing.
Right.
But I did notice it.
It was a bit like Lost. There's just enough of a bunker,
Like a hatch.
and
Like
enough
something's
reflection
there.
caught his eye to be
Right.
like weird, and then
from
kept
like
going.
way
Okay.
up top.
Okay.
So here's the thing. I guess here are our options. We can head out right now and try to go check that.
Yeah.
Or
What about what you guys saw? Did you?
I was just there when it happened. I didn't see
You were
anything.
there?
I was
watched-
flying above to go tell them the Oni was there, and it blew up.
Oh.
I watched the mountain piece come at me, fall into the water, create this massive tidal wave. That's what I saw.
Okay.
And there's like the big blue, which I'm assuming was Remy's Fraligator, small blue, and then within a second, small blue blipped out, massive explosion, mountain coming at. That's what I saw.
What about the big blue?
I looked away for 10 seconds after the tidal wave, and it was gone after that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's nothing over there.
Yeah, they brought everybody that's still alive from Watalonga over. If we go to like, there's nothing there.
I was helping pull bodies out of the river
Yeah.
to send over here.
I
It was
can,
not good.
yeah. I mean, the only thing, I mean, I can probably, I can swim down deeper than you guys could and find things in the wreckage, but is it?
Worth it at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
So
I don't think so.
Okay.
we can leave right now and go check that.
Okay.
I know this is probably not the best immediate sounding solution, but we could also try to get some additional info before we go.
What do you mean?
Well, we've both been, or all three of us have been doing stuff since we've been gone. We can catch up, share information. Tonight, go in the manor, use the orb to try to watch how it played out. We can see how the Oni surprised them, what tactics it has at its disposal, so that if we go there and we run into it, we know a little bit more about it than we do right now.
I did see it. If you guys want to see it, I'm totally okay with doing that. On the screen.
Okay, that's what I was asking. So
Yeah.
you saw it
Yes.
happen?
Yes.
Okay.
I saw the actual
Event.
Yeah, Bentley gets stabbed by that's why I know the Oni has CJ.
Okay.
You watched him carry him out? Okay.
But you saw the stuff leading
I
up
will.
to it?
I will minor correction.
Yeah.
There is Bentley is stabbed by the Oni,
Yes.
and then everything becomes static.
Oh, I thought I saw.
It's a fair presumption, I would say,
Oh, okay.
but nobody has confirmation. Yes, no, or maybe so that
Well,
either of them made it out.
I know at least right that Bentley talked to the Oni and said he was there. The Oni knew CJ was there.
Because you got video but no audio from the Mercury table.
Okay.
So that might be where some confusion is.
Okay.
Because there's no audio of that event. But if
I
you were
saw-
to scry, you would get both.
Okay.
But the Mercury table can show you exactly what happened.
Yes.
It just can't tell you
right.
anything.
Okay. Well, I saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she used the mercury table?
Yeah.
That's
Very
that's
fun,
that Mercury
isn't it?
pool she
Yeah.
was talking about.
Yeah.
I used it. It was great.
Yeah.
But she used
It is great.
She used it with somebody there who could turn off the thing so that when you're like, I use the table, I don't have to go, okay, D doesn't go insane. Good, carry on. We're good.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
good.
I thought
Good.
I'm not supposed to be there, so I'm sitting there being all
It's so funny. And all the Pontians are like, so, welcome to the man. And you're like, shh.
I'm like, shh. I didn't know it was
They're
allowed
like,
to be
all
in
right,
there.
he's weird. Let him do his thing. You're like Kronk from.
Pretty much. That's exactly how I acted the entire time.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's
It's good times.
So regardless, I think we go to that base. Because
Yeah.
even if CJ's not there, we can look up any records of where this things could be, any other possible bases, things like that. We can get a lot of information because I guarantee everything feeds into a database of some sort.
And we have to find this device
Yeah.
that they use to control the Oni. Because if we had that, we could literally tell if the Oni's not even there, be like, come back here.
Okay. Then we have to figure out how to use the device. That's another thing that we can
Yeah,
try
I mean,
to
it
find
seemed
there.
pretty straightforward from what I saw, but I don't know. You're
Okay.
right. It could be weird.
All right. Well, I mean, I think at least we should get a leg up on, start making our way over there,
Okay.
and then we can hop in the manor for the night. How long would it take to get from here to Route 102?
Let's see. From here to just Oriander, you could do in... With how fast you guys are capable of traveling, you could do it in a couple hours.
Okay.
For a group, like herding a bunch of Tauros, it took several days, but
Yeah.
that's like herding cats.
Is Bullet only able to carry you?
Bullet,
Okay.
yeah, Bullet can have a rider and carry a small creature.
Okay.
Or the equivalent amount of weight.
Doubloon, carry me.
But I guess that was kind of my counterpoint, right? Like we can
Caw-caw.
share intel, do
Okay.
the scrying orb tonight, and take the manor there. So we
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
have to
that's
walk.
fine. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Well,
Because think about it, is it going to be safe to walk with the acid stuff pouring down? Or no, it's
In the
going
direction
that
you're
way.
headed,
Yeah,
yes.
okay.
Okay.
That's
You'll
right.
be clear of that. That's
Okay.
going to
Yeah,
hit
I'm
most
fine
of
with
the
doing
eastern
that.
seaboard.
Okay.
I'm fine with doing that. I just that's yeah. I think we all agree that's where we need to go. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, should we start sharing some details and try to figure out what we want to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Anyone want to go first?
I mean, you know most of my stuff. I can just kind of lay it out pretty plainly for you. Started working with my dad.
Okay.
I have a new friend and companion that I got from Mr. Woods. And I'll kind of it was a dive ball, right? Tap the dive ball on my side and a purple octopus will pop out.
Ooh.
Yeah. He's got a little algae on the end of his little suction cups.
Oh.
This is Cups.
Nice.
He'll kind of
Nice.
hold out
Nice
a
to
big
meet
algae
you.
tentacle to you. And then just kind of...
Hello, cups.
And then
Cups.
Cups.
took on Porthelo. Haka pretty much 1v70'd the entire gym.
Okay.
All badges done. Yay for me. Got onto the ship. I did a lot of training and stuff with my dad.
Okay.
Went and spoke with the Tide Caller and
Oh.
2 other beings. One of them freaked me out. The little Fey
Beings?
one. Beings, like other creatures. There's like a multi-headed dragon and then like this gem-rocked creature.
What?
Yeah.
Like out in the ocean? Or
Yeah. They're like
Just hanging out?
in like a side plane of existence that was parallel to ours. It was weird.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fun.
Yeah, yeah.
After that, I said bye to Milo, and then I headed southwest, and I went deep sea diving in my skivvies with my long lost grandpa.
Oh.
By the way, he was like possessing the trident, and he was there, so that was cool. He tortured me for like 2.5 weeks. It felt like an eternity.
Okay.
I kind of. That's a long story. I went down and I fought a captain of a long lost ship
Okay.
who was like half man, half squid tentacle creature, and I fought him and almost died.
Oh.
I probably still have a lot of like those gashes and cuts along my face.
Okay.
And I got this, and I'll hold up what looks to be like a bandana, and it
Yeah.
has like something inside of it.
Okay.
And I'll unfurl it, and I'll show. I don't know if you want to describe what the marquee looks like, but there is this pendant.
Okay. What does that do?
Whoever binds us to themselves is
Yeah.
cursed to a ship, and if you die on that ship, then you are lost to that ship, and you part of
go-
the ship, part of the crew.
Are you? Did it
Not
curse
yet.
you?
No.
Okay. Okay.
No,
I
so
have
it's,
to-
yeah, it's like a small gold and silver emblem. It's maybe yay big,
Okay.
and it has the family crest of the Marquis de Gar.
Is
and
that
it's just kind of chilling?
you took it from the half squid captain?
He gave it to me
Oh, he gave it
because
to
I
you?
killed him.
Oh,
So now,
Single combat, baby.
nice.
yeah. So now, if I want to, I could run the ship, but
Oh.
I can't leave the sea if I do.
Okay. Good
So
choice.
currently,
Good choice.
Currently, my great times probably like 350 grandfather
Yeah.
is running it currently until I find a replacement.
Okay.
But yeah,
That was-
this is my last case scenario.
Okay.
And I'll just kind of bundle. I'll put it back. Yeah, and
Cups just like sticks it on and is like,
he's like,
it's me.
Look at me.
and then yeah, I made my way back up in this direction, and then
And then all the whole.
and then I also have a siren companion that watches over the Red Prince. Probably about, you said 80 feet in length?
Maybe about 80 to 100.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's just-
Big snake.
yeah, big sea snake.
Oh. That's pretty
She's
cool.
she's very nice as long as you don't piss her off.
Okay.
Yeah, she'll drown you.
So, will she come drown the moon touch?
If I tell her to, out at sea, probably.
Okay. Cool.
Did you see any out at sea, by the way?
No,
Any?
not after the one that we saw that came flying in. That
Where
Cups
Cups just goes,
obliterated.
Cups goes.
Literally one hit.
Yeah,
Flying
it was
away from her.
hilarious. It was so good.
Nice.
I nat 20'd. He immediately does max damage on
Yeah.
a crit on the move that I used.
Oh, that's-
Did 80 damage.
Yeah,
Wow.
I was like, this will be like a fun, pretty easy encounter. Just one
Just
Noivern,
Cups takes
and he's
him
like,
out.
Cups, crit. And I was like, you know what? I'm not
Cups
even
did
mad.
it.
I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah,
even mad.
yeah.
It was crazy. It was cool.
I was like, let's roll initiative. Never mind. All right, boys.
Continue on.
Keep swimming.
I'm sorry. I just have to go backpedal here.
Yeah.
This creature thing. Where do you seek it out?
What creature thing? The siren?
Yeah.
No, it was watching over the
The dragon head.
the
thing?
ship.
No, the other one.
What dragon?
I have more info.
Oh, you're
okay.
talking about the flying.
Yeah.
No, that just came out of nowhere.
Oh, it came out of nowhere. Okay,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought you were looking for it.
No, that thing
okay.
was just
I was
out
like-
at sea.
Okay.
That was my time, and then I did some combat training. This thing now, and and the forks will light up and kind of spark in, like that. What, aqua blue and deep blue on the outside?
Cool.
We're on good terms now.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That'll be helpful.
Oh, and I got this cool little necklace, courtesy of the Tide Caller, thanks to Via Milo.
Nice.
Yeah, allows me to breathe in water for a very long time.
Oh. That'll also be helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
We
Dang.
continue to flood the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are screwed.
For real. I need some gilly
Everyone's just, we got 36 more days. I can't swim that long. And Dee's just,
Yeah.
I'm Aquaman now. Let's go.
Heck yeah, dude. But yeah, that was my time.
Wow. Okay. That's a lot.
Oh, but did some research on my family.
Yeah.
Grandpa is cursed from the Trident. Weird ley line, kind of parallel universes. He got trapped over here, kind of similar to Alnamir.
Oh, okay.
But got kind of trapped into the fork.
Okay.
He got pissed when I tried to kill the guy out in the middle of the woods. Yeah. He said that was a big thing. You're not a Blackwater, and just literally almost drowned me in the room. I remember all the salt
Yeah.
water that came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was him.
Okay.
He had a nice conversation with him. She was a massive dick to me for a long time, but we're on good terms now.
Okay.
Sorry, did he come here to this plane, this timeline, in the Trident?
He said it happened like Almanac, where like he ended
I
up.
believe so, like he's
Right?
because he
Accident?
told me there was a flash of light and then that
accidentally.
was it, right?
Mhm. Flashlight, then he was here.
Yeah.
And he lived out his days.
Yeah.
Is that something
And
Lord
then-
Ridgemont did?
Did what?
Did Lord Ridgemont do that?
I don't know. Did Lord Ridgemont do that? Yeah, he did. I'm just
Okay,
messing-
okay.
I'm
Yeah.
just messing with you. Yes.
Okay.
That was some confirmation that I think
He
at
told
least
me.
at least two of you learned
Yeah.
that yes, Lord Ridgemont is in fact the same
Is
individual that
Refisul
pulled this whole
is-
thing
You
off.
learned that recently?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you sharing that right now?
Yeah. After you say that, I'll
Okay.
be like, that sounds like something that Lord Ridgemont told me.
That makes sense. Yeah.
But he did it with several people who he felt he owed a
Maybe
new
with
life
him
to.
and Pollen and
Yeah.
Belmar?
Oh,
Yep.
the life that
Pollen Watkins, Yvar Perseus,
Can we talk to him?
Elmar, Lord Ridgemont.
Yeah.
I mean, we got the
Yeah.
man
No,
on the
he's at,
phone.
he's at the petroglyph preserve.
No, he's looking at the petroglyphs.
He's busy.
Well,
But yeah, if
call
you want,
him.
I mean,
if you want to, yeah.
we've got stuff going on, but I would greatly like to talk to him again.
Yeah.
After we get CJ.
Yeah.
Bring CJ in there.
Well, he might not want to come.
And then
A
Lord-
reward, please.
I just think I agree, but I was like Ridgemont stuff. I was like this stuff back burner. CJ first.
Yeah.
For sure. We're just sharing info right now.
Yeah.
But did you find that out too?
What?
That Lord Ridgemont is pulling people?
No.
Oh. Because you said you know that too. Like you knew it.
No, because he said he knew it.
Oh.
You knew it too.
Because that's what I found out in my research that
Okay,
he
okay.
was bloop, bloop,
You
bloop.
got pulled.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys both did some light reading in the restricted section.
Okay, okay,
The restricted section.
okay.
of the library.
Lumos.
All right.
But that was me.
Okay.
Who's next?
What else did you learn?
I've just been at the hospital, healing, getting better at healing.
Yeah, Phoebe's been pulling like
Wheeling
30-hour
and healing.
shifts, healing people up.
I can show you. I met Tito. That's how I met Tito.
Tito!
Because there's Dr. Ulani here who's in charge of the moon touch that come in. I did find a way.
Like a specialist for Moon Touched?
Yeah, I mean,
Or
she's
just
doing.
has been volunteered to do that?
She does infectious diseases, so they thought,
Oh,
oh,
the latter.
Dr. Ulani will be able to do this. It's the moon touch situation, so it doesn't really. She hasn't found yet a way to do it
By normal
via
means?
means that are just in a hospital. I found a way to do it too, without having to have Milo and his 6 arms.
Sweet. Well, awesome. That's huge.
So
What'd you do?
I've
He's
used.
just glossed over like the most important thing. For an
like,
hour and
yeah.
a half, you've buried the lead of like, I found a cure.
No, well, it's not really. It's not because again, it involves all this stuff, like kind of like Milo a little
Yeah.
bit. So that's why I was saying
Well,
Dr.
it's-
Ulani
yeah, it's
still.
not
Do you have to give
easy,
up your
but it's
soul or
doable.
anything? I think it
No,
shouldn't be too bad.
So
Takes a kidney each time.
here, let me show you guys. Do you want to see? Will I explain?
Sure.
Okay.
Is there a Moon
We'll take
Touch
him
something
down.
right now?
There's like an
You're gonna-
underground area.
you're gonna head to the
yeah,
the bunker?
The bunker.
Okay. Well, we'll gloss over. You get them some visitor badges. And You're
Okay.
like, they're with me.
Yeah.
Dr. Wilhelm. Any questions about my credentials? Go find Gadsby, the ghost who lives on the second floor. As you you swipe your badge, and it
Yes.
opens up into a big kind of suiting up room.
Yeah.
There's full on like head to toe CDA hazmat suits that everybody's got to suit up into.
So
Do we have to?
Yes,
All right.
that is part of
come on,
the
Milo.
that is part of the buy-in.
Okay.
Choose your battles here.
No, that's fine.
I'm not gonna. And then you go in there and you're like, oh no. You get the tuberculosis
I'm
cough.
actually just more dangerous without the suit, so
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yes, but no, it is a standard procedure in that when they spray you down with decontamination foam,
You
they
don't.
want to make sure that your skin doesn't just dissolve from the bleach.
Do they require us to leave all like belongings outside?
More or less. If it can't fit in the
Yeah,
suit, it
yeah,
has
yeah.
to stay outside.
Yeah.
Anything that's sharp or could puncture, so the trident
just bends over.
Hey, what's over there? There's a hole in my suit. Milo, move over. I gotta get in there.
I'll put it in its case.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. They have like there's
Little
lockers and
lockers,
stuff.
yeah, you
it's,
can put your
okay.
stuff in.
it's a full on like a hospital
Yeah.
virology wing. It's
Yeah.
not just like cobbled together.
Yeah.
It is
Okay.
an official place.
Lead
They
the
know
way.
what they're doing.
Lead the
Yeah.
way, doctor.
Okay.
As Tito goes walking in there and just snaps and a little suit materializes for
Yeah.
him.
So this is where I met Tito. Tito was down here helping Dr. Ulani.
Respect.
As
Okay.
Tito's like,
Please affix your own face mask before helping others.
Tito's great.
he's like, if you start to feel claustrophobic, just let Tito know.
Yeah.
Get you out of here.
He was actually before I figured out how to do it, which was to sort of weaken them, right? Like they have that core,
Yes.
and then to expose it. And I was using Shirley's gastric acid, and then I would remove it.
To like bring it to the surface.
Yeah, to like
Okay.
expose it.
Interesting.
And then I used my staff
Oh.
to purify.
The purify rune.
Yeah.
Nice. And
But
then-
what we found out though that you could use like a move to remove it, like a leech seed, but then that goes into whoever is absorbing it. So I didn't want to try that out.
Yes.
But that you could do that.
So when you
I'll just leave it vague.
when you
I like that explanation.
were able to extract it and purify, what happened to the core after you purified it?
it just like
Exploded.
yeah,
Interesting.
just went away. Like I can't do what you do, which is like transform it.
Milo takes
I
like
can't-
Play-Doh.
I can't do alchemy. But look who's here.
a snake.
This is who we healed. I'll show him Sudowoodo first.
Okay. Yeah, you walk in,
just-
you see an ordinary Sudowoodo.
It's not the pseudo.
No, not at all.
Must be like my
And is the
boy.
Sudowoodo in a Sudowoodo hazmat suit?
No, it
No,
is.
he-
Let me, because Phoebe knows this room very well, but
Yeah.
it's similar to the raft from Civil War, the Marvel movie,
Okay.
where there's like the glass cell,
Oh, yeah,
very
yeah.
thick, isolated boxes, one of which has a Sudowoodo in it, who is now kind of standing up by the glass, just gives a big hearty wave to
Hi.
Phoebes.
And then we also have
Yeah.
Wyman.
As you head to
Wyman.
the
Is he
second,
okay?
as you go to the second glass panel, there are 3 Pokeballs out front that are
Yep.
kept away from him, and you see Wyman Coover just in there with a tennis ball.
Wyman! Are you okay?
The noodles just all flatten into a big smile.
That's a yes. Oh my goodness.
Wyman.
I'm so happy you're okay.
Dude, he was infected?
Mm-hmm.
He had it bad.
He fought them. He fought an infected,
Dude,
like, and he,
Crazy.
I'm gonna give Phoebe a quick hug and be like, way to go. Like, I'm so happy
freaking
that,
Thank you.
that you can do this, that I'm not like solely responsible for this anymore. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And that you have saved Wyman.
Mm-hmm.
Wyman fought.
And I'm gonna kneel down to Wyman. You better make a full recovery, because I'm ready.
He flexes his vines, and they go. Bleep. the little like Popeye like.
Doink.
And it
The
doesn't
perfectly-
even, just the vine goes up.
Yeah.
It's just the vine.
Yeah, he'll do that and loop it around so it looks like he has a huge arm.
Nice.
And he just kind of motions to the 3 Pokeballs in front, and he's like,
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, he called back his team and he took them on himself
Dude,
to
you're
make sure
s-
they didn't get infected.
You're such a champion.
What a
Yeah.
baller.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wyman.
He'll motion across the hall, and you see a 3rd lockup chamber. And he's like,
Are you gonna battle that guy? And I'll turn and look at him.
already did.
Oh, nice.
You look across the hall, you see a Noivern,
Whoa.
also newly cured.
Whoa.
Like,
Like,
it looked like it had like the infect.
It is missing 1 eye. It seems to have been gashed out. Wyman extracted his pound of flesh before going down. Otherwise, perfectly healthy. Extremely confused.
Yeah.
Very distraught. Just kind of huddled in a corner. But otherwise,
So
healthy.
from
Noivern.
my recollections, a lot of these Noiverns were piloted, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Does it look like there's like incisions and stuff like that on this creature?
Not anymore.
It just looked like it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks like it's been through the ringer.
Okay.
But otherwise,
I would like to
It's getting
attempt
some good-
telepathy with it.
Yeah.
To communicate.
okay.
And first off, ask if it's okay. Are you doing okay? You need anything?
Fine.
No
No needs.
Did anything like abduct you? Do you remember how you became infected?
Moon.
The moon. Was it like a noise or a creature?
Full moon.
Full moon.
Circle.
Interesting. And it just happened?
Scream.
Oh, noise.
Black.
Noise based. Okay. Got it. Okay.
Ooh, maybe because these things are hyperactive to sound.
Yeah. Potentially. Okay. And then I just want to convey that they're recovering, and just to make sure that they don't like get worse. That's why he's being kept here, but
Understand.
a time will come when you'll get out of here.
Doctor, nice.
Cool.
Food. Water.
Beautiful.
Safe. No noise.
Okay. I'll use the meal slot to catch it. I'm just kidding.
With Iris's Lux Ball. Like,
Yeah.
thanks. No!
I'm kidding. Okay. Amazing. Amazing.
I think, though, I don't know if you could maybe come up with something with D with Neek, or maybe even Ansem, like something like I was saying to extract it, like a Pokemon move, but it needs to go somewhere. And that's the trouble. Is like, where do you put something like that?
Back on the moon.
Well, I can help with that.
Right, but you're just one person. I'm saying as sort of like,
As an
how could
automated-
people,
Yeah.
like help extract it and then like get rid of it?
There's
Yeah.
a
We
rap
make a
tap tap on the glass.
Ghostbusters backpack.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm
Bring
saying.
it in.
Right.
Proton pack.
And then that could be brought to you, and then
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
turn the big pack into something.
Yeah.
There's a rap tap tap on the glass. And that Noivern
Oh.
can help.
Oh.
Scream.
Uh-huh. Kills it?
Noise. Big noise.
Yeah, big noise.
Big noise.
Neut-
Hide.
Neutralizes the...
Big noise.
Okay.
Big noise neutralizes.
The
what?
core.
Bad
Oh.
us. Bad us. Big noise.
Yeah.
All gray.
Yes.
Us. Scream. Big noise. Color.
Oh,
CJ sound cannon.
Mm-hmm.
true. So if you could
Make
make
it
something
sound
like
cannons.
Yeah. Handsome's in the manor still, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's always.
that,
He's never gonna leave. He's never leaving.
We genuinely might advise him to like get out at some point
Because we need his assistance
well,
with this stuff.
that and we've
He's
seen
not-
like as things erode, he might just be deposited randomly somewhere in the middle of an experiment.
I mean, yeah, we can try, but I honestly think he'd be
I'm
like,
not-
I'll take my chances in here.
That's a pretty good
I'd
impression.
rather die.
That's fair. I'm just saying we should issue the
I pay
warning.
my rent.
Yeah, yeah.
I gotta get my.
you don't.
I got 3 Pidgeys in there still. I gotta get out.
Yeah.
Okay. Where's Alnamir, by the way?
He
Yeah.
is searching for someone known as Refisul or other people that are time jumpers like your grandpa.
Oh, okay.
Like Hayden Christensen.
Yes.
People that Lord
Jumper.
Richmond brought back?
Not specifically him, but like that have done that,
Okay.
which I'll get into in a minute here.
All right. So much to process. We've been gone for like a week and a half from each other. 2 weeks, right?
Like 2 weeks.
It's been about 2 weeks.
Yeah. And then I told you, right, Crickets is following
Blue.
the champion.
Yeah.
Yes.
And she does have the,
Is he safe
book.
and good enough to do
She has
that?
the book.
yeah.
What does that mean?
Don't I know that or no?
Yeah, that's confirmed.
Okay, yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, she has the Helios
There's
book.
been enough of a buzz in the hospital of like, hey, has
She-
anybody seen that weird book bound
Yeah.
into human flesh on the champion's nightstand?
she
Should
took
we
it.
do something about that? But
Right.
nobody can ever get in
being there for 2 weeks.
because there's an
Yeah.
Urshifu that's like, I will literally snap you in half.
Yeah, so she has Helios's book. That's, I mean, I forgot to tell Crickets about that. I feel terrible. But I was so focused on warning him about her team.
I mean, they're probably worse
The
than
Urshi.
Helios.
That's kind of what I thought too. That's how I
Copium.
coped with it. But I did put a protection rune against the Urshifu
So- Oh, okay.
for Cricket.
Her
So-
team is worse, Copium. They'll be fine. Copium.
Did Helios go with Blue?
I don't know.
We don't know.
I don't know. I told
to,
you.
to help with your time scale, because it's also been a few weeks. When you confirmed that Helios was in the building,
Yeah.
30 minutes later, Blue left.
Okay. When I saw.
When you saw Bentley come wheeling in and you walked
And
in
I
there.
saw Helios.
throws his offhand comment.
Yep.
You see him disappear into the crowd of people being
Yep.
ushered in.
Right.
30 minutes later,
30
Blue's
minutes.
gone.
Okay. Yeah.
And a wink,
Boy.
which
So-
was news as well.
Yeah. So I don't know if Helios is gone from the hospital. My guess would be yes, but
All
I
right.
don't know.
My
for sure.
16-year-old brain can't comprehend all this madness.
I'll leave you alone for 2 weeks. You guys change everything fundamentally.
And then the only other thing, really, unless something I remember is, Tito's here. He's been helping. He was keeping the moon touch stuff at bay from worsening, because he kind of has wish. It's like sort of similar to stars.
He
And-
just prays the moon away.
Yeah.
He sends his thoughts and prayers, but it actually
Yes.
works about
Got it.
30% of the time.
yes,
cool.
but he has to like roll for it.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Good for
Poor,
him.
poor guy.
Relatable.
Yeah. So,
But he can wish once per day per creature.
Yes.
So Tito works very differently, but still
Yeah.
has wish.
Got it.
All right. We'll put that in the
So
damn it column. More things to worry about.
Yeah.
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 And then to clear up, the Noivern is willing to travel with Phoebe,
No.
but no
That's
one
cool.
else.
Okay.
I know. I just
I'm
need a
kidding,
ride.
I'm kidding.
Yeah. Because the Noivern is like, can help,
Yeah.
and it will convey in beast speech. It
Okay.
owes Phoebe its life in its own eyes. So if you
Okay. Yeah.
if you
That'd be
want
a
it will help
sick
you.
Okay, yeah.
companion.
Yeah,
It'd be
yeah.
dope.
For sure.
It will it's like
Let's
can
do it.
fly.
Yes.
Big noise.
Big noise. Right.
Big noise.
No gray.
No gray.
Big noise, no gray.
Big noise. No gray.
Hit single coming out this summer.
Big noise. No gray.
All right. He's from.
Man's not hot.
Man's not hot, so hot, very hot.
He's from the islands. That's where this Neuvert's from.
I tell a man's not hot. Man can never be hot. In the sauna. Perspiration.
This is like the 4th British joke we've made this session.
And I will continue to make them until they accept my citizenship request.
Deal with it.
Can't believe you've done this.
All right, so that works for that. Okay.
Yep. So that's what I was up to.
Nice.
So wait, then we can get a jump start if you really want. If this Noivern's willing to help you.
Yeah.
Because Bullet can carry me, and you're the talents, right?
He can carry a medium and
He can
a small
carry
creature.
you.
But if somebody is riding him, that counts as the medium.
So
He can move half speed with a large
have
if
to-
he's not carrying anything else.
we'd have to all go up to the roof. I'd have to jump. He'd have to tailwind me with my wingsuit, then
Yes.
carry you, and then
If you,
I can have the balloon out to tailwind you.
If
Okay.
there's a tailwind, Milo can fly solo.
I can have I can have
unless
the balloon.
Noivern can carry too, which I'm assuming is a larger creature than Bullet. But
He is.
Oh, he
It's
is.
potential. It would not be comfortable for whoever's in the talons, but
hard pass on being carried by
As
us.
you're just-
we could try to figure that out.
I don't trust the Noivern as much as I trust Bullet.
he's got no depth perception from the one eye.
Correct.
Hold on. Flying just above the trees,
His
smacking you into the
equilibrium is
branches.
just thrown off.
Yeah.
Just the worst flying companion.
Can't fly. No, you can't. Put me down. Okay.
So I can have Doubloon create a tailwind for you.
Okay.
Keep you aloft.
That sounds good.
All
And
right.
go from there.
Milo's just gonna become Banshee from X-Men
Yeah.
First Class. Oh!
I can fall with style.
Just scream with big force. How do you move? I scream like a lot, and I just hover. Just lose his voice every day, every 20 minutes. Needs a lozenge.
Because in my opinion, the faster we do this, the better. It's
Yeah.
hard to sit and be like, yeah, let's get a great night's sleep before we go.
That's fair.
That's
fine.
true.
Yeah.
That's just where that's where I'm at personally.
Do you want to travel then, and then you'll tell us what you found?
Sure, but before we leave,
Okay.
I want to go back upstairs
Okay.
to briefly tell you guys about how
I need to make this sales pitch.
Yeah,
About Raid
guys,
Shadow
I've
Legends.
got all these
Let
new
me tell you about
supplements I need to
Raid
sell.
Shady Leggings.
So, funny thing in my notes, I wrote, "Oh, there's a bunker on Route 102. It's man-made. Maybe worth checking out."
Oh no.
So,
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It could be.
Maybe.
Everybody got a couple
Could even
hints.
be
I
a
don't know.
boat.
so we'll go into the other stuff when we move. However, I was able to go to Oriander, as you saw. I was
Okay.
able to cure Richter and
Yes.
the Tauros.
Yeah.
Fun fact: it also worked on the people statues. I was able to
Oh.
cure the people statues. Like Lyle was a moon touch statue,
What?
and I was
Oh.
able to fix him.
Did he remember being?
No, it was
Like-
the same thing where it's just like a noise happened and they all looked up and they turned to statue.
So the
Oh.
people just turn to statue. They don't turn and get all rage induced. Like,
Correct.
Thank
Okay.
God.
So I was able to help the
I
hand.
don't need roided out people freaking out too.
I was able to help the handful of people.
It's just Lyle.
We're like, we can handle him. He's a little kid. He's like ripping us apart. Yeah.
Just leaps on you. Anyways.
God.
It's like 28 days later. kind of
Yeah,
infection.
So we'll go upstairs.
I'm just dying.
I was able to cure the people. I was able to cure the Tauros.
Okay.
And as you guys may remember, I did for you once before, when I extract the moon touch, I'm able to convert it to other things,
Yes.
mostly like stones. So
Okay.
here's one of the crates, because I cured a whole herd of Tauros and like people in a town. So there's a lot of them. I have stones
I'm sorry.
galore.
I'm sorry. I'm just picturing Milo on one of those TikTok like sand things where they
Oh,
the
yeah.
rocks. And he's like, I've got stones.
I have no
Send
idea
me
what you're talking about.
$50 and I'll give you whatever I scoop.
I know what she's talking
I have
What
no idea what you're talking
on
about.
earth is happening?
You guys know what I'm talking
I
about.
spend too much time on TikTok, so I know
And
what she's
that
talking
is what
about.
Milo's doing right now.
So,
Someone knows. Someone always knows.
yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
I've got a crate full of stones here
Okay.
of literally every
All kinds?
possible variety.
Right.
So if you guys want to, you don't have to do it now, but like there's an extra water stone for Haka. We've got leaf stones for Sage and Gleek.
Okay.
Not a requirement. I'm
Yeah.
just saying they're here and there's loads of them. So if
Okay.
you want to use them, it's not like, oh, there's only one. Like there's enough here that everyone could use them on the teams that need them, and then I can give them to the rest of the hospital. I was thinking like, hey, there's an EV downstairs that's not pulling through. Maybe evolving it will help give it the energy it needs to not die.
Okay.
That was the context I was thinking.
Okay.
Okay.
So they're here.
Right,
so
right.
just think about it. You
They do also add damage dice if you just hold them.
Yeah.
If you have
Oh.
a move of that type, you can just use
I
them.
do
If your
have a-
Pokemon's holding it?
I do have a
like if you
sort of
gave
metagaming
Pontiki a Thunderstone, I know she already has the Light Ball, which does this anyway, but if she's holding a Thunderstone and not using it, it adds an extra die of damage to electric attacks.
Okay. Okay.
So you don't have to like catalyst them.
I mean,
you can
in
just
that
give it to them.
case, if there's so many, I'll take one for all the people that would like need it. I'm not going to use them yet. But,
Yeah.
just to
you
have
totally
it.
don't have to use it, but even if you put it in your backpack for later
Yeah,
use, if
I
you decide
might.
you
Yeah,
want.
yeah. So I'm just going to do that.
I do have a metagamey-ish question.
Shoot.
Knowing that Growlithe evolves via Firestone,
Yeah.
would that work in this case?
Yeah.
Being that even
Yeah.
though
He's
a weird typing.
My
He's a special
rule,
boy?
my rule for
Yeah.
all of these things, because everybody's always like, "Oh man, they need to learn like this specific move, or they need like this specific stone." You don't. That's
Yeah.
a shortcut,
yeah.
and you might stunt their growth because they're gonna get a big boost now, and then very slowly earn future boosts. Where like Red Puppy, aka Fang, now will continue to keep pace with everybody very quickly.
Yeah.
But if he evolves, he's going to get a big boost now and then kind of plateau earlier.
Okay.
See Bang's stat boosts since he's evolved.
Yeah.
There's been almost none.
Yeah.
But bad example because he didn't evolve via stone other than by like killing the Stonebreaker. But
I do also have like
Those are
Dawn
options.
and Shiny Stones. If for like a lore perspective, you're like, hey, it wouldn't be a Firestone, it'd be a Dawn one because he's from like the Dawn Brood. I have those.
Oh, interesting.
So
He's got all the stones.
I have all of them, literally all of them.
He's going to open up a jewelry
I'm gonna
shop.
take, and there's like multiples of
3
everything.
dawn,
right?
3
Yeah.
sun, 3 dusk, 3 moon, 4 fire, water, thunder, leaf, and ice, and then 3 shiny stones. Because we forgot shiny stones until the end.
Would I be
Yeah,
a
they
terrible
existed.
person if I said I'll take one of each for now?
Go for it.
Okay, I'm gonna take one of each.
I mean, it's not like Milo can't make more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
You
And
just
that's what
find a herd of Moontouch and you go, Loot crate! You earned 4 Firestones, 3 Thunderstones, and 400 silver. And be like, "Ugh."
that's. I just wanted to show you guys these before we leave because
Okay.
they're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, it would have been nice to have now, but
No,
yeah, I
I'll
can-
take one of each that I need.
Yeah, so,
So,
you guys
do
are
you want
more than
2
welcome.
leaf
Yeah, yeah.
and electric.
Yeah,
and
you
then
can
a
go
water
through your
technically
character
for
sheets
Staryu.
over time
Yeah,
and just
yeah.
add stones as you see fit. Because there are so many.
God, there's nothing for poison types. That's the only poopy thing.
Until now, Milo just made a poison stone.
I will give Fang the Firestone, but as to hold.
Okay, just a whole.
I'll
Hold it.
Roll for it. If you do it wrong, he evolves.
You get close and it goes. No!
so I'll give Fang that.
Okay. And then for also just sort of in-game lore purposes, similar to Chicky Baby, how it kind of integrated
Yeah.
into her neck, it will
Oh,
do that
cute.
as
Those
well.
4.
It'll just kind of entwine itself in his sort of,
Fur.
his little tuft.
To be fair,
It'll just
though,
kind of sit there.
Sage can evolve, be a leaf or sun to Bellossom or
Yeah,
Vileplume.
yeah.
Yeah. Or to just be awesome.
Nice.
Mic drop.
Boom!
So yeah, I'll do that for Fang, and then you know what? Just to make him an even more absolute unit, I'm going to give Cups a Waterstone.
Yeah, give him a Waterstone.
So yeah, and I'll give Cups that.
Yeah, so just to make it super easy and to clarify for the future, all of these stones, rather than adding a d6, just add an extra die of damage of the type they're doing.
Okay.
Just add that. It is in addition to your other bonuses, so if you crit, you'll double that die as well.
Okay.
Just to make it as easy as possible across the board.
Sweet.
Because I
And
know we've forgotten like magnet and charcoal over time, but just to make that super easy, any stone works exactly the same way across the board.
we just need to add him
Fair.
in here to like his hold item,
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right
even
now.
though it says Gleek has a sharp beak for some reason.
Gleek's
I
got a
don't
sharp beak.
So yeah, water stone. I just put add an extra die of damage on all water type moves.
Yep. And then for someone like Gleek, if you're leaning Alolan or otherwise, you just tell me if you use it as a catalyst. Just say I would like this one.
Okay.
You have influence over that.
Okay. I definitely want the Alolan one.
Okay. And then Gleek will never fit in a
Yeah.
building ever again.
And he doesn't
Dude,
care.
that'd be crazy. You'd have 3 dragon types then, because you'd have Gleek, you would have
I forgot
you'd
it.
have Goomy,
I
and
forgot
then
Destiny's
the
Child.
Noivern.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If
then-
you take
Yeah.
the Noivern.
Yeah. The Noivern will function kind of similar to Pip. He's a non-combatant, despite being
Yeah.
a giant dragon. He has no desire to hurt anybody.
Yeah.
He's already done that.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
been there, done that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't count against the number of critters you could have with you.
Okay.
He would literally, he's like, you found a
Like
mount.
Tito?
Yeah. Like, Tito will follow you as well
Tito's
if you will
chilling.
take him.
Yeah, yeah.
Because he's like, oh, you actually, like, cured the ward I'm in charge of. I guess I can leave.
But Tito can help, too.
So
Tito can't help
I
you.
changed it on here already. It doesn't do anything here. You have to remember that it does that.
Which
Okay.
is why I'm saying right
It
now
does
for
what?
everybody,
It
it adds an
adds-
additional die of
See, it
damage
adds an extra die of damage on grass attacks. It's
of
already
the matching
on there.
type.
Additional dive damage.
So
Yes.
because Gleek does D4 amounts of damage, he's minimum gonna roll 2.
Yes.
2d4s.
Yeah.
No, it's gonna do like you're gonna roll a D4 for how many attacks. So let's do that. So that's 3 D6s, but
Yeah.
you get the extra one from
So
that.
it's gonna be 4.
D6s.
Yes.
So you're gonna always add 1 on top of whatever you roll there.
Yep.
Oh, I see. So I still
Across the
do it like
board.
normal
Yes.
and then add 1.
Yes.
Yeah. So you'll have to remember it because it's not integrated, but that's
Yes.
why I'm saying it right now very clearly.
So then it would be
I was
4.
just making the observation that
Any
at
stone will do
worst
that.
case scenario, you get to roll 2, because if you roll a 1, you still get to add 1.
Yeah.
So
Maybe
minimum,
I'll-
you're doing 2.
Maybe what I'll
which
do
is
is
nice.
I'll make a little like printout thing that says like
Yeah, yeah.
stone held items do an additional die of
Yes.
damage.
Yeah.
Remember all of your effects and abilities.
pretty much.
Um,
Who else did you give one to?
Uh,
Are you giving one to Sage?
yeah.
Same leaf stone?
Yeah.
So what you do now, you just evolve Sage, just yeet it, and then give him another leaf stone, and then he's just extra yeeted.
I'm a leafy boy, and I have so
If
many
you really want to play
leaves.
that guy,
Instead of the like bulbs, he just has leaf stones. Like
Oh, you have all my items. Which is
I've
weird.
absorbed a million leaves.
Are you giving a water stone or a fire stone to Chester?
Fire will be more consistent
Okay, let's fire then.
because I
Fire.
believe steam vents will always do fire plus.
But the
Yes,
fire
it's
has penguin
Starstorm.
poop in it.
Yeah, Starstorm rather will always do fire plus. Because otherwise you have to wait until you've absorbed whatever stone you're holding. Because you have to do that damage to get the extra die.
Here you go.
question,
Yeah.
because I'm super good at doing this.
And then-
Before we leave the hospital,
Yeah.
I give-
I'm going to kind of quickly
I'll
tinker
take a stone for Pontiki too.
a ball together to resemble Bentley's
Here.
old like amber ball.
Whoa.
Clearly, it's not gonna have the same properties.
Yeah.
But I just like to make it look like that.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna leave it on a side table.
Okay.
Hey, me.
Get well soon.
Pretty much. Like it's like a hey, hope you're not gonna die. But I will convert just a normal Pokeball to that.
Okay.
Did you want me to make a check?
Nah, I'll say while stones are being handed out, you just kind of because it's just aesthetics,
on
really.
here.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to make it
Here.
You make a
easier to
Bentley ball.
catch.
They're there.
Yeah. Just make it easier to
Can't
catch
see you,
I'll allow it.
for him.
That's easy enough to do.
I mean, when you have a plus 18 to doing that,
Yeah,
it's kind of hard to
that's-
fail unless I rolled in that one.
Exactly.
Yeah, I have a plus 14 to my perception rolls, and even in my last couple sessions, I've not rolled above a 5.
I was
But
laughing
thankfully,
because I was like, yeah, make a perception check, and I know your bonus, and you're like 18. I'm like, low roll.
That's crazy.
I'm like, wow, that's awful for you. Like
yeah,
usually you're minimally in
Because
the
I
high
have the
20s.
same reaction. I always forget that you're just juiced in the brain right now, and I'm just like,
Juiced in the brain.
I'm like, that's probably like 12 or something like that. And you're like
Juicy.
18, and I'm like, god damn.
no juicy.
No juicy.
And just to let everybody know before we leave, D, I believe, knows, but you do not. I only have Bullet and Wadsworth with me.
Okay.
So just fair warning, we might go into this. and
Everyone
it's
else is
like
flying free.
It's a big fight. I don't have like my whole squad.
I don't have any of my big
Milo has
swingers right
Milo.
now. I have Cups as
I mean,
my
I can get
major
whoever
big
I
swinger.
want right now. We're at the medical center.
And Claremont
I'm
fights with
I'm
the
just
fury of
saying-
1,000 men.
If we end up going toe to toe with this Oni who detonated Wadalonga,
Detonated?
we don't have our full
Don't
squad.
go.
I only have 2 team members.
Oh, if the Oni explodes because of all of the stones it's absorbed, it could
We're all dead
blow up
anyways.
this. Yeah.
but I'd say don't bring Nubster.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
I don't want him
I'm
to be
not-
like,
yeah.
tink. And then,
Extra
We've
point of
learned
order.
nothing.
yeah.
Extra point of order. Wadsworth and Milo have psychic stones, literally affixed to their bodies.
Yeah.
Well, you're not coming with.
Or you're not coming back. Return with your shield
Well,
on it, Spartan.
I guess we can trust you to teleport away with Wadsworth.
Auf
if it came to
Wiedersehen.
Well, it'd be better than the Oni getting it.
Yes.
I'd rather you deuce on us
So
than...
I'm hoping that we can find this remote before we find the Oni, because I don't want to fight the Oni.
That's fine, but
However,
I'm saying...
like, I can't not have Wadsworth out because he prevents anyone from dying in one hit. So if something else were to happen and something were to explode, he'll keep us all from dying.
But
Yeah.
I trust that you'll go away
Yeah,
before the
yeah,
Oni can
yeah.
try to get
Yeah.
Wadsworth or you.
He's just gonna leave.
So
Super
I'll
fast.
bring...
Question to Milo/Joel.
Yeah.
Are any of those Tauroses like okay, or are they all like severely like wrecked?
No, they're doing pretty good. I
Okay.
mean, it's similar to like the guys down in the basement where like they just got unmoon touched.
Mm-hmm.
So they're probably super tired from being aggro for however long it's been.
Okay.
Yeah,
Never
imagine
mind.
like flexing every muscle in your body for like a month.
That'd be terrible.
They're very, very, very
okay.
tired.
Well, no, I was just gonna ask for like a mount so that way we don't have to travel at like half pace or anything.
there
like that.
are Tauros that are better than others.
Yeah, but
because,
I don't
I mean,
know
you
if
could
D
do
would
it,
just be
but-
like, let's take one of you. I know you had a shitty month, but come with
I can
me.
fly. I can fly. It's all
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
Alright.
Again, like
I do have
anything
Pip.
like
He's
Doubloon
not
could
fast.
do it. You have
Yeah.
Pip. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there are
I don't have
methods
any,
of going.
I don't have any combatants with me other than Bullet and
Yeah.
Wadsworth.
Okay.
I'll bring Claremont, BB, William, and
Can you only bring 4 or 5?
and Sage.
How many can you
I
have?
believe Phoebe is stuck with 4.
Okay.
Okay. I have the 6 with me. Everybody else is back on the ship.
But then I have Tito here.
Is
Can
Tito coming
fight?
Well, I mean, if Tito wants to come with,
Tito
can come
cannot fight, but
He can't
Tito
with. He can help out.
Tito can handle himself. He will not harm something.
Yes.
He
Well, I wouldn't bring him to for like
yeah.
harm.
He is a staunch pacifist.
Yes.
Okay.
He will, even in like a life or death situation,
Tito-
he will try to run before he will hurt
And
something.
the Noivern can like come with, and then I don't know,
Be
keep look
somewhere.
out.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's fine.
Because Tito likes to help and has seen that you can do that. And
Yes.
the Noivern's like, I owe you a blood debt.
Yes.
Let's go wherever
Yeah.
you want to go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then let's plan for that.
Okay.
Go get our boy. Go get our small child back.
Okay. We do have. Sorry. Again, before we leave,
There's a lot to unpack.
Yeah, we
Time
have-
is a weird soup. You can talk as much as you want.
we do have one thing.
I'm assuming you're talking away from people.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We do have one.
Unless you want to have this whole conversation in front of Tom and Helen, who are like, "Are you gonna save my son, or can you go away?"
I'm not a doctor.
Where'd I go? All right,
He's
let's,
in a coma.
They're
There's
just
nothing
like-
I can do.
let's go talk by Crash in the quiet corner.
Jesus.
Let's not talk next
That's
to
actually subjectually appropriate. So,
Yeah.
what I was going to ask before we leave, this is a question we have to ask. Is we do have one Ambrosia left. We can bring back Crash, but unfortunately, we don't know the state of CJ. So, we might use it on Crash right now, and we get to CJ, and he's been killed.
How long
Or
do we
even-
need for the Ambrosia? A week, right?
You have 10 days.
Yeah.
10
You have
days.
10 days on the Ambrosia.
We need to be back in that. Oh, hopefully, this does not take us 10 days to do. But I think we need to get there, find the state of CJ.
Mm-hmm.
Because as much as I love Crash and as much CJ loves Crash,
Mm-hmm.
we need CJ more.
Maybe. I mean, look what happened.
I don't know whose fault it was, but clearly those two cannot be unsupervised.
That's why I kind of want to watch the playback, because I
Yeah,
want to see,
which we
like,
can. We can still do that.
Yeah.
did it just, like, jump out of a broom closet and be like, ha, gotcha, and then
Technology.
explode? Or was it like, hey, friends, come over to my popsicle stand, and they're like, yeah, and then...
Well, like I said, I didn't
Popsicles.
hear what they said, but
Yeah.
Bentley was with the Oni before.
Like
for
he
a
was
while.
having like a full-on conversation with it.
I'm guessing. I couldn't hear anything.
On the mirror table, they would have been there for the equivalent of like 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I'm guessing they were talking. I don't know what they were talking about.
Well, we need to go save him so that I can kill him. I'm just kidding.
If
Yeah.
we
Save
get out
him,
of here, I'm
revive
gonna
him,
kill you.
and then I'll kill him myself.
If I die here, I'm gonna kill you.
All right.
I will before we walk out. I'm just curious. I'm going to attempt to grant temporary hit points to Crash just to see if it does anything, because he would try.
Yeah, no, he's
Okay.
regrettably he is fully dead.
Yeah.
The limits for temp HP, it does require at least a hit point. Or
He would
to be
still
on,
try.
if they were on death saves, it would basically give them one real hit point
Okay.
and then spill over to temp.
He would still try, so
Fair.
we were gonna give it a go.
Can
It
I
is a
just-
fair thing to try.
Retroactively, when we
Yeah.
had been down with Dr. Ulani, can I ask her like if she made any progress of like extracting without having to?
The last time you left her would have been similar, like an hour or two ago.
Oh, okay.
Not a whole lot has changed.
JK then. She's not gonna have found something in an
Yeah,
hour.
no advance beyond if you were to find an external way to leech
Yeah.
sustenance off of something without bringing it into either
Somebody
the
else.
groundwater or like another
The
living creature.
Yeah.
But basically, if you found what she's determined is if you found someone that was willing and able to mega drain the world, they could absorb all of that negative energy into themselves and suffer the consequences. But they could
Right.
save any number of things before that happened.
Right.
But you don't know at what point it becomes irreversible.
Do you have any privateer balls?
I think I do. Oh, I
You have a
I have-
bunch of.
have the parts for him because I remember I smashed them, but I have them with me. I have the parts with me. It'd take me a couple minutes to slam them back together.
Okay.
Why?
Well, I'm thinking if the Oni was based on a Pokemon, maybe we can try to catch it with a privateer ball, because the privateer ball is able to catch caught Pokemon already.
Yeah.
But we can try to maybe enhance it with our imprisonment rune to maybe boost it if we do come across the Oni. And I do have, I showed it to Phoebe, and I don't know if you've ever seen one of these, but I'll show him the Dominus. And
Dominus.
this is imagine like a bracelet or a wristlet
Mhm.
you could put on a Pokemon,
Mhm.
and similar to what it sounds like.
that is already controlling it. but-
Correct.
Was that the thing that was like similar to what was on like the A-Palms at like the ranch?
Yes,
Mhm.
it
Okay.
is that.
Oh,
Literally
it is that one.
It is
Oh.
exactly that thing.
Yeah, I was explaining it because you as a character weren't there.
I
yet.
know. But I was like, I was trying to picture
Yeah.
what it was. Okay.
Correct. So, I kind of want you to take a look at this.
Let me see. What if I can integrate that within the ball? Think that would be possible?
Well,
Or to where they can link
Maybe.
together?
The dominatrix
Maybe.
ball.
Let's talk about it on the way over.
That's what it does. There's a whip crack and then.
Then what I will
Oh,
do
no.
is, as I'll say, just as we fly or whatever we're doing, I'm gonna put the
Okay.
privateer balls back together.
Easy enough.
Okay.
You got all the components for it. You
Okay.
spent enough time around there, as has Neek.
All right.
Yeah.
So I don't know how we're really gonna talk and have conversations in the air, but we'll do our best.
Well,
Well,
I guess I could
telepathically.
just talk
if,
psychically.
Yeah.
if one of you is walking on, well, yeah, you could just use that.
Yeah.
But if somebody's going on Pip, Bullet is almost twice as fast as Noivern, who can fly at about the same pace that Pip can walk. So it just depends. Are you like breakneck blitz flying, or are you
As fast as
traveling?
the slowest one can go.
okay?
I'm gonna give you guys each a privateer ball
Okay.
because I can make 3, so
Okay.
one for
Okay.
each.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm gonna give you these, and I'll hand you over a small bundle of revive crystals that I got from the Port Taylor gym because the dude was like, haha, really bad times, dude. Here, have these.
Yeah.
So
alright.
I figured I don't know, maybe if you use them, it
Yeah.
would have greater benefits than if I was just to use them myself.
Okay.
Do you guys remember the secret code, or should we come up with another one?
Probably,
Actually, we should
probably another one because they have
Yeah.
CJ.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair point. All right. Phoebe, I trust you. You make the best passwords. What's the secret code?
No.
Poop drops money sign at toilet 4.
Because if we go in a facility where the Oni could potentially be, we need to, if at any point gets split up, confirm we're talking to the right person.
The Emoji Movie, best movie.
All one word,
We're
no
number
caps.
2. We're number 2.
We're number two. We're number two. Twice.
No.
Oh, because our password was originally
What's something
the
that
privateer
we've all
password.
dealt with that like
Willem Dafoe.
big dick energy?
That's actually not a bad
Got
one.
some BDE? Got any BDE? Like you have to ask it like as if you're asking a question.
Like, no, I ran out. Like, imposter.
But the answer has to be always.
Extremely tater tot password.
Yeah.
The most 12-year-old answer. Got any BDE? Always. All right, he's cool. What?
What was the old one again? I remember the answer is like the Pelipper
So
I don't even remember the
I
old
don't
one.
remember what the phrase is, but it's Pelipper is the
is
answer.
the answer, yeah.
It was something about like
It's
if it comes
it's your
flying
secret
over.
password. I can't help you. You borrowed
I have
it. This one's on
somewhere.
I know it's the Pelipper.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
It's
I know I
something-
wrote it
Just
down
come
when
up
we
with
did
something
it.
random.
It's
Don't-
something.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to.
No, I'm saying like don't make it a experience because he might remember a story or has been interrogating him. Like make it random, like purple eyeballs, like something that he couldn't have possibly.
I just want
You know what I mean?
to see you purple
Something
Yeah.
who calls across or who calls like something
Yeah.
who calls and then the
It was
answer is
the
Pelipper.
Yeah. But what's our new
How
one?
the hell do I not
Who
remember it?
calls movie phone? Pelipper.
Nobody.
No,
Oh,
no one ever
that's a better
calls.
answer. How long did it take me to name Goomy? That's what your password is.
I'm still trying to.
And the right answer.
Too long.
And the right answer is 2.5 years. And it's still everyone still just calls him Goomy instead of Destiny's Child.
I forgot that she actually named him.
Yeah, I changed the name on you. It's Destiny's Child.
See.
The page is only accessible if you say his name.
All right. It's purple eyeballs.
Okay,
We're
purple
getting out of
eyeballs.
here.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
wanna
yeah,
skip
yeah.
it.
Okay, purple eyeballs.
All right.
If I think of something, I'll
write
say
that
it.
down.
Okay.
Okay, purple
Purple
eyeballs.
eyeballs. Right now, it's purple eyeballs.
Okay.
And we're
Phoebe's gonna change her mind and not tell you guys. And
We're
you're
just-
gonna be like, purple eyeballs. She'll be like, that's the old password. Nice try, Oni Oni Oni. You're done. Perish.
purple
All right.
eyeballs.
Does that conclude your business in the Ambercrag Medical Facility?
I believe
Yes.
so.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then as we're
Sweet.
leaving, I'm like, yeah, that's where they blew out of here, blue did, and show them the
Yeah, there's
blown
a
outside of the
there's
hospital.
a still hole in the wall that
Just
is quite
literal
large.
hole.
Walk by with my backpack because she points it out and just go, and then keep walking. So it's like at this point, like
I'm
oh
just
my God.
saying, like this is.
I know. It's just what.
Yep, 2 bodies. Everything's good.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
All right.
Yep.
I'll toss out doubloon for Milo.
Doubloon. All right, Doubloonsky pops out.
Okay.
Emil Doblonsky.
Milo, can you talk to anybody telepathically?
No.
There are some limits.
Oh.
Well, I'm sorry to rephrase. Like the link that we have,
Yeah,
can
yeah.
I just talk to like Fola? No. Could I talk to that guy over there? Yeah, I could probably try.
But you have to see him.
Yeah, there's a range on that. But like I've set up a link with us. I can't just chat with like Janosch and
You can't.
Adiola.
You can't add people to this call.
Do you want me to add that guy to this call?
No, I wanted you to add crickets.
Who are you in my
Oh,
brain?
yeah,
What are you
I'm
doing?
trying to do that.
Okay.
What are you doing here? Get out of my brain.
I'm so upset.
I don't
if
have to be
Crickets
here.
dies. I will kill Blue.
Don't worry.
If
Crickets.
Yeah.
Crickets has his boys.
Yeah, crickets does have his boys with.
He's got all his boys with him.
I can speak into the mind of a creature
took
that I
out the
can
boys in,
see
like,
that
30
speaks at
seconds.
least one language.
Yeah.
Well,
6
cricket
seconds
speaks the
actually.
language.
But I have to be
Yeah.
able to see him.
Yeah, but that was under Ringy's
Right.
leadership.
But I'm saying you wouldn't be able to grandfather him into this phone
remember
This
plan
family
we have
plan,
going on.
I could try. I don't know.
to make that as easy as possible. The only reason that was even possible is you guys have traveled with each other for so long
Okay.
that
You
you're
have a
willing to give that level of
special
permission
bond.
Okay.
Gotcha.
to do this.
Special bond.
Yeah, if you walk up to like a random, even like Rosalie, if you were like, "Hey, can I have 24-hour access to speak
Yeah.
to your brain?" She'd be like, "Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Fair.
You are 12 and I barely
So
know
no.
you."
So no.
No.
I
Yeah.
was just trying to find a way.
Yeah, because it is definitely a thing where like consent is hugely important because they can just say no and then you can't do
Just-
it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe he will let us once we talk to him in person, but we'll see.
Are we going?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Doubloon's just gonna.
You guys squat up. Doubloon sets up a tailwind. There's a low, roiling amount of sort of dark clouds, very ominously just flooding around. No rain.
Is it reminiscent of the previous storm that I was flying in at all?
Kind of, but a little bit more aggressive. Seems more natural though.
Okay.
Where it's not a localized storm.
Okay.
It is sort of omnipresent as far as you all can see, especially once you sort of take wing.
That's what I was gonna ask. If it's like, does it look like that it is kind of pulling to us, the center, or is it just?
If
kind of
anything, it looks
spreading
like it's spreading away
Okay.
from the explosive burst.
All right.
Thunderclouds.
As we're flying on by, I guess I'll ask Milo. Oh yeah, this will all be in our heads because we can do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Brain
speak.
With
do
Fraligator
this.
gone, what is that? What's next for that? Do you
Like
know?
they're gone?
I don't see it.
I'll look that way and see if I can see him or sign of him.
Give me a scion detection check.
Was that just perception?
Yeah, perception, nature, insight, arcana.
22.
Dealer choice. There is no sign of the Fraligator's presence.
Yeah,
Seems to have gone dark.
I don't know. But to be fair,
Bravo
Remy's
6.
here, so he may have been moving elsewhere to...
You can't. I don't think you can recall that big of a creature back into a ball, though.
No, I'm saying because...
Come on home, big fella.
Like Remy was nearly killed and was
Takes
transported
like
to a
5 minutes.
hospital. They may have gone somewhere else and left
I
the
don't
lake.
feel so good.
Yeah, but you could still be able to see it. Like I was out by the ocean and could see him.
Got it.
Mm.
I don't
And you
know.
can't see
And
him.
no, I can't see him. And Crash, and you said Crash bit the bucket. I don't see him anymore either.
Well, maybe that's another conversation with Tidecaller.
Can you can't talk to him from this far out, can you? We actually have to go there again. That's such a far journey.
All right, so here we go.
Add it to the docket of.
All right, yeah, time for what Milo's been up to.
Table it.
So obviously we went to Ambercrag,
Tableau.
scared a bunch of people. Monty and team is doing the gym circuit. Did you see any of them at the hospital? Any of my team?
No.
Okay, good. I was kind of concerned that they were impacted by that blast.
No. I just saw from who I know, Crash, Growl, and Rose
Okay.
came in bad.
So,
And Growl's good, right?
Yeah, he's alive. He's just messed up. He's got his right leg is just gone, and then his right horn is just messed up.
and now he's... How does that work? Or do we find out later? Is he triple
His front
weak to
right
water?
leg.
Yeah, he counts as 4 times weak. And also for Rose as well. She
Yeah,
loses
yeah.
all. If she does calming waters on herself, it is
It'll harm
instead damage
her.
over time.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Rose goes from having thick fat to now, if she takes water or cold damage,
She's
she will
now
suffer triple what the die roll
Skinny
is.
legend. No.
Skinny legend.
I mean-
Ability skinny legend. Extra
was like-
susceptible to ice.
Yeah, it was. Oh man, I lost a lot of weight this summer. Oh really? What happened? A third of my body was sheaved off
Jeez.
in an
Sorry.
explosion.
I didn't mean to sidetrack from your stuff.
No, but that's. But yeah,
Okay.
to make that as
Yeah.
clear as possible, everybody who lived in Wadalonga, regardless of typing, is now triple weak to water.
Yeah.
In terms of actual damage, they're quad weak in the terms of the type chart,
Yeah.
regardless of what their typing is. Even if you're immune to water damage, you lose that immunity and it becomes a weakness.
Yeah.
God, I am the
only
strongest trainer in
person-
the region now.
The only person and creature that came back from Wadalonga okay was Ty.
Yeah.
What a freaking
Ty,
badass.
yeah,
The
Ty,
boy who lived, dude.
Yeah,
The
Ty's
boy
pretty
who
much
lived.
okay, and then Diego and Isabel have very minimal burns.
Yeah.
But they're
they're
in
like-
bad shape, but they didn't
Yeah.
get any burns.
Yeah.
Dude, and they're a ground type gym? Yikes.
But
They
like
were pretty well shielded, and
Yeah.
thankfully they didn't have anybody out
Yeah.
because
Evangeline, Remy, and Bentley all came and they're out. They
Yeah.
haven't woken up since.
God. Right.
yeah.
All right, go ahead, Joel. Sorry.
Yeah.
You're good.
So no one came in from your squad.
Thank you. I feel a little relieved.
better.
Yeah, because I was looking for them there. I didn't know if they were going to be
No, I would have told
fighting
you.
that gym.
If somebody came in, I would have immediately
That should have been like
been like, boop, 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 boop.
top of the docket.
As you're leaving, oh yeah, now that you mention it.
Monty, everyone, they're all.
Well, I mean, to be honest, there
They're
was
on
a
the
point
icy.
in time when that blast hit Bullet and I, and we landed and saw the state of the city. I thought the raining ash was like people ash, like it was that bad.
It
So-
probably was, honestly.
Probably. What if the raining ashes for the Fraligator?
I
Does
don't
it
know.
have like when Milo and I look at it? Does it look like it has some bit of source infusions in it?
But it's
the
from-
big plume of smoke.
I
is
figured it was
all-
from Crash's stone exploding.
It is all the irradiated dust of a pulverized stone. Yes.
So it is a stone.
And Crash Flesh.
Yeah.
But
Crash
there's
flesh.
no way
Crash
Crash can just crash alone, right?
Well, we don't know. We've never seen a stone
Blow
detonate
up.
before.
Not from this close, no.
Oh, by the way,
Yeah, fair.
it was like integrating with him, the stone.
What does that mean?
Oh yeah, some more important information.
It
Phoebe!
it's like infused into his body, like it was a part of him, like exploding in him, like you could see
Oh, God.
that it was like embedded in his
Like an organ at this
Like
point.
skeleton?
yeah, and like just muscle and everything. It's just was starting to integrate more and more.
It's like, would he have eventually turned into a stone?
I don't know.
Jesus.
And like Nubster.
I mean, the body's still there if anybody wants to go look at it. This is very
Turn
I-
around.
I
It
think
was really, it was very sad to describe.
I
but
think
yes.
it takes a long time, but I think it's just one of those things that the longer you possess something like that, the more maybe it takes over. So I don't know. I don't know if
I'll look at mine. Do I have anything in that regard? Like, is it
Yours
starting
is
to...
not embedded in your flesh,
Yeah.
so no,
Okay.
you're okay. And Wadsworth wields his like a literal sword.
Okay.
So neither of yours are embedded in your bodies,
Okay.
but like Nubster's is
Nubster-
embedded
should
in there.
keep an eye on him.
yeah, which I am,
okay.
but like
if
I
he
said,
were
it's
here,
early
Manny
enough.
wields his embedded in the club, so it's not a part of him either.
Okay.
So you guys are pretty evenly split between the stone has integrated into your biological systems, or it's being wielded like a weapon.
Yeah.
And that kind of makes the difference between a warden and an acolyte and them
Okay.
traveling up those
Oh,
chains.
okay.
Is an acolyte carries it with them, and a warden, it starts to be a little more integrated. And then a guardian, it is literally an
fully-
inexorable part of their body. And then a scion, their life force is literally tied to the stone.
Okay.
Anything else?
Boy.
No, not that I can. I listen.
Not when something
You're
important comes
jogging-
up from him.
You're jogging my memory.
So we went out to see. Oh, that reminds me.
I went swimming
Don't you want
once.
to know that?
Yeah, no, I do. I'm just giving you a hard time.
Yes.
Okay.
So, I went out with Dee to talk to the scion of the Waterstone.
Okay.
The Tide Caller is the giant, like, legendary Kyogre that gave him the trident. We were talking about the upcoming events
Okay.
and the moon hatching and all that stuff. I had the idea to continue this and have this conversation with as many of these scions as I could.
Mm-hmm.
I was successful in having some of these conversations, but I'm just prefacing it. It's the same conversation.
Okay.
I'm just going to talk about it from a lot of different perspectives.
Oh, you're just gonna tell us like all the information they gave you?
Yeah. So I talked to the Tide Caller.
Yep.
While they were there was a dragon who was the scion of the Dragon Stone.
Okay.
That's who Dee was referring
Oh,
to.
with multiple heads.
Yes.
Okay.
And then there was a Diancie, if you're Pokemon familiar as a player. It's another legendary from X and Y. It's like a
Oh.
little fairy rock
Man out of rock
one.
and stone.
Oh, okay.
That was the scion of the fairy element.
Okay.
Then I met the Venom Queen, who was the poison type scion.
She sounds hot. No.
So if you're into bugs.
She was girl bossing.
She was girl bossing.
Lean in, ladies.
I met the Venom Queen, who's the poison scion, and then I met Thuabon was his name, and he was the Steelix from the mines.
Oh, okay.
So good times there. And then
He's a scion.
I believe so. Let me confirm my notes real quick.
Battery's a liar.
You know what? Screw it. Yes, and you have to believe me because you don't know any better.
He's a,
No, I'm
he's
saying
a
that
guardian.
he was
I
just saying
was
that he's a
pulling it up.
scion,
I
and
was
then you're
pulling it
not.
up.
He's
Okay.
not. He's lying
Yeah.
to Milo. That's
It's
what I meant.
right. It's right.
He's at the bottom of, I think, the first page. Yeah.
I don't have it split into pages, so that
Oh,
doesn't help me.
I
Yeah, the
totally
Guardian.
do.
The-
It's halfway
The
through.
Guardian
He's a
of the
guardian.
Rock, not Steel Rock.
Weird.
He's Rocky.
Yes.
He is Rocky.
And then there's a whole
He
other
was Rocky.
subset of creatures that I met, but I'll get into that because it's a whole separate thing.
Okay.
So, in talking with all of these scions, there are a lot of conflicting viewpoints on this. The ones that we talked to were very much like they are not 100% sure what to do. They want to survive, obviously. They all have a guardian that they're trying to make sure is safe because if their stone dies, they die, as Drew mentioned.
Except for that fairy one. That fairy one freaked me out.
The fairy one wants to just kill it. The moon,
Kill what?
the moon, like the lunark as it hatches.
I
like,
mean,
let's kill it.
I understand where it's coming from, though.
I understand that from a survival aspect. However,
Tito's like, I'm out. She's crazy.
So violent. No, Tito's standing on the front of Noivern and going,
That way with his big hand
Yeah.
finger.
my concern is that the moon is very important to our planet. Like, it affects tides. It's like our light at night. If we kill the moon, we're losing
Well, it's technically the sun.
Yes.
Bouncing off of it.
Correct. But without the moon, there isn't that reflection.
We could put a big mirror up there.
Okay.
it's a big flat mirror.
You know, let's put that in the back pocket.
If the moon explodes, we get a mirror.
Just get a big concave lens to just focus on one spot on the Earth
Get a
at
big
a
green
time.
light.
Just carve a
Anyway,
hole.
okay, so moon, don't want to blow it up.
That's my thought. The
Okay.
fairy scion's like, let's blow it up.
Okay,
Let's burn it all
I don't
down.
think that's the best idea.
okay,
In the same vein, we've talked about like balance and stuff. The moon's important.
okay.
So keep that in mind as I talk through kind of I have a potential plan for this end
Okay.
game.
Okay.
So they're not really sure.
Mm-hmm.
In talking with the Venom Queen, she's like, I don't really care as long as my stone survives. Like,
Okay.
she's gonna do whatever she can to protect it, but doesn't really care like widespread.
Okay.
They're gonna be holding it down, all that stuff,
Like she's just gonna hunker down where she is. and protect
try
it?
to
Okay.
and try to survive.
Okay.
I wrote down this note and I have no memory of what that means. So
Okay. What did you write?
I wrote set free the Slayer of Man. I don't know what that means.
That was that's
Urshifu.
the Urshifu.
Yeah, but I don't remember who did. But it is what it is.
It was
Set free,
Yeah.
like he's trapped.
No. I think so. There was a part that I did learn where the Urshifu did like kill a ton of people.
Okay.
And Blue like defeated it in combat and like cut a limb off and then basically like swore it into servitude. And so
Oh.
it's not necessarily that they're like
Homies?
Okay, I remember.
So she didn't catch it.
I know what you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember who told you.
I
but
was the
they
Venom Queen.
They
but-
described one of the human-made capture devices that worked without fail,
Oh yeah. And then
and it completely similar to the Dominus tech. It
Yeah.
overrides whatever their will is and forces them into servitude.
And that's what Blue did to
That is
the
what Blue did to the Urshifu,
Yeah.
Okay.
the Slayer of Men.
yeah. And so if we were to like set it free, it
I'll
would
make an
probably
EMP.
help. I would imagine the first thing it would do is kill Blue. I'm just saying, but it might not then become a friend. So,
What you mean it might not help us?
correct.
Okay.
Yeah,
Might
it
try to
might be
kill
like, oh,
us.
thank God, and rip Blue in half. I'm free. and
Well-
then-
You're next.
I thought we could use the device to control the Oni to help us.
yes, true.
If we
However,
get the Oni to kill Slayer of Men.
before
Mm.
the whole Oni thing, my thought was use this on the moon creature.
Use what on the moon creature?
This dominating catching thing.
Oh, I thought it was already used.
Then how are we going to use it on the Oni?
Because the Oni already has a control device.
No, I'm saying, but like we have a Dominus. We have the privateer. We have technology that has done this in the past.
Technology.
What if we can make this in a way that we could put it on the moon creature and then be like, stop attacking us? And it has to.
Okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, that was thought one.
Okay.
That's probably the more reasonable idea that I have.
Let me piggyback off that. So
Okay.
what if we can get that ball, the one that overrides the will and everything?
Yeah.
Figure out a way to break that Urshifu out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I can then just
Use it.
re-engineer it to kind of reactivate.
That's
and
what I
we
was
use
saying.
that on the thing.
Yes.
Oh, well, that's what I was saying. I thought it was already used, so we couldn't use it.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
Irrelevant to how we make another one or reprogram it. I'm just saying that exists.
I see.
If I can get my hands on it, I could probably figure it out.
Yeah.
But the
Okay.
thing is getting our hands on it.
Which is
Yeah.
why I have the Dominus, and I'm not opposed to trying to use it on the Oni, but I want to understand it first so that we can try to make another one that's like big enough to handle the moon creature. And
Well,
give it a
it'd
shot.
be a good test to see if it even works because it only is strong.
Yes, however, again, before we try it and maybe something happens and it breaks, we understand how it works, we can make another one.
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh. What if we get what are the girls' names that gave you Fletchling?
Oh,
They
Diane
made that
and
big ol'
yeah,
ball?
The big
yeah,
ball?
Yeah.
Boom. We put all the
100%.
stuff into
I'll
that.
combine everything.
Biggest, smallest.
Yeah, totally on board. Totally on board with that.
What's
Again,
funny
I'm
about
just spitballing here.
It's called the Bigly Ball.
I'm just spitballing here, and I'm not.
Sorry. No. These are
As
good
you're,
ideas.
as you're flying, Phoebe's like, the bigly ball. I'm listening.
I'll just start talking to D as
No!
Phoebe's on her
You
thing.
just
going,
shut it out.
Yeah,
You
and
just-
she's just talking to
That's so
herself on
rude.
the Noivern. She
That's
doesn't
so
even know.
rude. This is like the first season of the mall. You can't.
She doesn't even know.
Can't exclude me.
Okay, well, so I'm just throwing out like ideas, not concrete, like step
No, I
by steps,
understand.
just concepts.
Well, I'm trying to make them concrete plans so that we have several in place for when they all inevitably fail.
All right, so anyway, that happened. I met with Thuabon, who was the Steelix, was an Onyx. The steel was a man-made test from those people I was experimenting in Xantha. So the steel is not a natural. It did not evolve.
Oh, it's not a natural.
They were doing
growth.
tests on it, like with the steel stone, how they did the Oni.
Oh, the same
Damn.
people. I
Yes.
see. Team Rocket.
Yes.
Okay.
If we were able to, I don't know if we ever confirmed Xantha was Team Rocket. I can't remember, but I just know they were bad scientists. But if we were able to find a way to cure him or remove it, he would be totally down and happy for that. Just tossing that out there.
Well, that would be good. We could take if you found out how to remove that from him, and he's willing to help us figure that out, could do that to the Oni.
Correct.
Remove the stones.
Yeah. That's part of why I wanted to have all this discussion. I know it's imperative that we like go save CJ, but there's a lot of pieces to this that like if we just blow him up, we lose that avenue. You know what I
We
mean?
can't
Yeah.
blow up the Oni.
I
Or
know.
Blow up the world.
Again, just concepts.
Yeah.
So, the creator of all, the step above, who we've been referring to as like Ridgemont's mom,
Uh-huh.
that person is who has been sealing things away, like the Prime Mind in Blue,
Yep.
and has done it in the past with the Solar Scion. So a similar event happened with the Sun
Oh,
in the past, and they're sealed away currently in a similar circle of stones.
currently?
Yes,
So why doesn't she do that to the moon?
because it's not like it's still like one of her children, and it has to get to a point where she's like they're out of line. So that might happen, but not before a total mess of destruction happens.
I see.
So we can't rely on that.
I mean, it's Plan Z.
Yeah, we just lay down in a field and we're like, our descendants will bring the earth back.
Yeah.
So that's a thing. That's kind of it on this before I get to this whole second bit. I will say, though, similar to the Tide Caller, asked everyone for their assistance in either the fight to come or preparations for it. Like, Venom Queen's like, nah, dude, I'm keeping
Bye.
my people safe.
Yep.
However, everyone was willing to assist if we were to make a journey to the Venom Queen with, say, like Bane and Biohazard. She would be willing to give enhancements that are like stone-esque to your poison types, or Sage, because Sage is poison type, and the poison moves. Similar with the
do that.
Steelix, his literal son lives in another area and can do the same with rock and ground.
Who's
So
his son?
I haven't met him.
I'm assuming
That's
another
his
Onyx.
son. Yeah,
Or just
Probably
one
not as
pebble?
big.
One little pebble.
sure.
Good man.
That's his name is Pebble.
It's good man.
So all of these are options. We can
Okay.
go meet
Yeah,
them
yeah.
and get
Beef
help
up.
beefing up.
Beef up.
Yeah.
Get beefed.
This part is confusing. I'm not going to be able to answer all the questions because I don't fully understand it yet.
You just tag in if you need me, otherwise I'm just gonna sit here.
Okay, so bear with me. I went to go visit Howl.
Okay.
I went to go visit Howl.
Oh.
Remember?
Yeah.
'Cause he, yeah.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
So, there's a tiny little volcano over there. Like the firestone is affecting the terrain similar to how grass was up there. They've met it ahead and there's like cleared divides. Yada yada. Fire's not doing so good. So we know the Rainmaker in Wadalonga.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that they are a Suicune. It's the legendary. Did I write down the cool name? I don't think I did, but it's up here.
Absolute legend.
The Firewalker is also kind of up with Howl in that volcano area, who's the fire equivalent of the Rainmaker.
Okay.
Is currently searching for a permanent guardian or scion for the Firestone. Because, as they put it, Howl is doing a phenomenal job, but he's just a ghost. He can't, do much.
Why doesn't this Firewalker take over?
So the Firewalker and the Rainmaker and the Spark Striker have all kind of
Bad fucking name. Fucking love those names.
right? Have all, as was told to me, have ascended past. Like they didn't want to be in this role. They've kind of ascended to represent the element as a whole. And I would say the way it was explained sound like Scion adjacent. Like if the stone dies, they don't die, but they're still kind of tied to the element.
It's like an in-between of the creator and the Scion kind of thing,
Kind
right?
of. Correct me at any point if I'm wrong, because I'm just flying by the seat of my pants.
Tweener.
Yeah, if you want clarification, the individuals that you have named so far are from the other timeline.
Correct.
They are that equivalent of a Scion.
Yes, but
But
now
they
they're
have no
here.
place here.
Yes.
They just still have all of their abilities.
Yes.
Oh.
I was
so
getting
they're
to
from
that.
another timeline.
I was getting
Yeah.
to that in a minute because
makes sense.
there's
Well,
a
then
bigger
yes.
piece to that.
That would make it
includes
easier.
This.
Yeah,
Okay.
to make it
That
as easy
explains
as
it.
possible.
Yes. So he's looking for another guardian, scion, whatever, for the Firestone because Howl is not physical. And then I asked about the Spark Striker because we learned from that tablet that Team Rocket was trying to experiment on it.
Yeah.
And long story short, they couldn't. He's okay. I met
Okay.
him too. Totally fine.
Okay.
He's just kind of like an electric kind of ghost looking thing now. But yeah, all three of them,
Okay.
in talking with them, they're from another timeline and they came here with two other beings.
Okay.
I met one. It was the Spirit of the Wind, who's the scion of the winds now in our world, Lugia.
Again, badass fucking names.
Luigi.
I met Lugia with Raikou, and they were telling me about how the Solar Scion, who is Ho-Oh, came and was trying to make their place in this world, but we don't have Solar type, so they were bound away.
Bound. Okay.
So, to my knowledge, which was going to be my next step, and maybe after this, if you guys want to come with me, you
Break
can.
'em
If
out?
not, no big deal. No. I want to go talk to them. Because I was able
Talk to who?
The Solar Scion.
But if they're locked away, how do you talk?
I was able to talk to the Prime Mind, even though they were locked away.
telepathically.
We're
Hopefully.
gonna figure something out.
Yeah.
I thought we were gonna release it to balance it out.
No.
The moon, solar.
So, I want to talk to it.
Okay.
Because I don't know the context. But what I want to know is, hey, when it came here, it's described for the moon event that's coming that it's going to be born here, and then just the violence of the creation of it all, it's confused on who it is and where it is. It's just going to lay waste. It just in a fit of when a baby is born, they don't know what's going on. They're breathing for the first time, they're kicking and screaming, but on a
Massive
huge
scale.
level.
Yeah.
That's
Strong baby.
so
Make
if
it
we can
strong.
find out from its perspective what it was like for it, and we can say okay, well, if we change these things about how it happened, maybe it won't be as destructive when they're born. So getting more context on what that event looks like when that actually happens, or we might know better how to defend ourselves and prepare ourselves. So that was kind of my next stop. The it was said that the Lunarch, who's coming from the moon, used to just be a Scion, but is now ascending. So putting 2 and 2 together, maybe they're coming from a different timeline or something. So this all circles back to kind of things I've been asking. It'll make sense of why I've been asking the questions I have. I had this thought. So we heard about Perseus and Pollen and Refisul and Alnamir, how there was this massive explosion in their realm. It ripped apart space and time. They were thrown into our world, and that was that. What if, in theory, we could do something similar and create an explosion powerful enough to move the Lunarch into another time so that we don't have to fight it? If we were able to send it to, say, Alnamir's world
Your problem now.
or Perseus's world, that was leveled. That world's a wasteland. They can go there and blow up all they want because there's nothing left.
Do you get to pick that though?
I don't know.
I feel like if you just like rip it, the hole in space time, it's just like, good luck.
Maybe. I'm speaking in concepts here, but the other thought is, if we're able to do that with, say, Perseus's world and their moon and just swap them, we get to still have a moon. And that can just lay waste to whatever dead world it is anyway and have a whole kingdom over there with its people. Now, obviously, the first concern is what if then the new moon hatches? That would be an issue. However, we might have a ton more time to prepare for that.
We could actually put down in history books and stuff like that of how it was accomplished and done.
Mm-hmm. And
if we can do it.
Yeah. So my thought is, if indeed we are able to control the Oni, here's the hard part. I don't know how you get him to the moon, but if you were to get him on the moon and detonate a creature that has that many source stones, we've seen what one tiny stone on Crash's back can do. Even if that's in conjunction with the Guardian one, like you might suspect, this creature's got like 5 stones.
Plus whatever that moon has.
Yes.
It has
Has the lunar stone,
it
right?
has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stones.
7
The Oni?
Okay, that's a lot. Even more than I thought. But 7 stones detonating on that level has to be an explosion that's powerful enough to do that, in my head. And if it can do that and move it to another world, we're done.
Yeah.
And if we can control it
So
and
you
tell
just
it what
want
to
to put
do
the Oni on the moon,
and blow them up.
blow up the moon, and that rips the moon away.
Mm-hmm.
And
Then we don't have to fight it.
okay, but what if just the moon gets sucked into that?
So this is where it's like a mystery, right? I don't know. But if Alnamir, an explosion happened, and Perseus, an explosion happened, all these things,
Yeah.
and they were shifted here, but in a similar-ish location, like they didn't jump worlds and then they were in space randomly. They landed on the equivalent planet in another timeline. So if you were to create that rift where the moon is, it would go to where the moon is and could potentially do a
Swap skis?
a Queen's card street game.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully we get the one that doesn't have a thing in it.
That's a big fucking gamble.
Which
But-
cup?
Even if it swaps it and it just gives us even another
I hate
month
this
to
game.
prepare,
Yeah.
that's still better than not having that.
Yeah.
And the Oni's gone, so double prizes.
Right.
Anyway, these are my ramblings of a madman. This might be impossible and no one might agree with me. I just thought I would pitch the idea.
If you would have asked me this 2 months ago, I would have put you in an insane asylum. As at this point, I got a magical fork and there's these floating gods throughout the world. And the moon is about to hatch like a freaking baby chicken. I think, anything is possible at this point.
Yeah.
Fun other tidbits. These are 2 very minor things in comparison to what I just told you.
Okay.
The precursor thing that we keep calling Ridgemont's mom, as far as like Helios is concerned, is not their actual mother. It's like religiously their mother. Like you might call God father, but it's not your actual father.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like it's legit their mom.
Yeah. Right.
Just tossing it out there. Second benefit, if we go to where the solar scion is being contained,
Okay.
I was told there is an amount of sacred ash that we can get, and if given to us or our teams, makes them immune to fire.
Okay.
So I don't.
I thought you were gonna say moon to moon touch. And I was
I'd be
this
like,
is
spread that
sick.
shit out like butter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Everyone come get dipped in the ash.
so I don't know. I don't know if this is like the Pokemon element of fire, but if just like the concept of fire, because if that's the case, and I were to like detonate the Oni on the moon, but be immune to like fire, like explosion, then I wouldn't take any damage.
Uh-huh.
I mean, at that point, might as well. What's the
well,
harm of having
you
it
could
on
just
you? You know what I mean?
teleport away. You could just be like,
As
bye.
fast as I can, but we've all seen what one stone does. 7, I might not be able to get away quick enough.
Yeah, well, you have the best odds.
For sure. I'm not disagreeing with that, and I'm totally fine being the one to give it a go. I'm just saying if that helps prevent that, then that's a big win.
Yeah.
Or, you know, if we pull a green gate, and you know how Green Gate has the ring of trees to protect the town? If we find a way to, during the invasion, circle like the town's in fire, but we're immune to fire, they have to come in to...
Well, we can do that on top of whatever protection rune that you can grant. I mean, as bad as we said, hey, let's not go to Fola. What if we encase Fola with that stuff?
I'm just throwing 30 crazy bones in a bag to...
And seeing which one comes out?
Yeah, whatever one you guys are like, you know, there's something there we could try.
There's something there with probably all of them, but
Yeah.
how do we execute said crazy idea?
I agree with that. And there's still other scions I'd like to talk to, because everything's been kind of interrupted for the time being.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to share those so that if you guys come across anything, you're like, oh, I can ask about these in that context. Because like you said, you were learning about how Ridgemont has been able to break that timeline. Like, is he able to just do that? Without blowing up the Oni, can he do that to the moon? Like, that's I kind of want to talk to him. You know what I mean?
I just don't think he would, from the previous conversation we had where he's like, I don't mess with the balance and mother would be mad. And...
Yeah, but this would upset the balance if this thing hatched.
Yeah.
I say we get Ridgemont in here and have him start smiting things around too, wanting to keep balance. Why isn't he up in this? Or is he like I don't play with mortal toys?
Yeah,
and this
that's
kind
what
of
I'm
thing?
thinking of. Like, it's kind of like your problem.
Dad, I'm talking trash.
That
about
was my takeaway from like previous conversations.
Yeah.
And then he helped us as much as he has, and he's like, I'll help you in that regard, but I'm not gonna like intervene.
Yeah.
That's fine. I mean, but if we can learn more about how the process works, then it might be
if we can do a moon swap ski.
Yeah,
Okay.
and if he's like, yeah, that's doable, then it's
Right.
like, okay, cool. But now, like, I'm just telling you, these are my crazy crackpot
There has to be something in the library.
something. So I don't know. Just keep that in mind.
If he knows how to do it, it's in the library.
Um,
Into the secret, forbidden section of the library. Into the vault.
I can't remember what I looked up when I went in there. Lots of stuff.
the only other thing that I would add
much
to this
info.
on a personal, selfish level is that if Entei, the Firewalker, were able to find a new guardian, I would get Howl back.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he is looking for like a tandem duo, like me and Wadsworth, for it. And
Okay.
I did suggest, like, hey, did you look into like Bentley and Mortar? And
He's solid.
he did say that he's looking for something that has not been tainted by solar, because fire is susceptible to like solar influence as a typing. Like, it's very easy for them to persuade and control fire
Oh, and you
types.
can't do it
Oh, I
because you're
see.
already bound with the psychic. Well, do you have anything, Phoebe?
Fire?
What about you and
Chester?
Chester. I mean, do you think Chester's up to snuff
You
or no?
imagine Chester the star you ascended. I'm ready.
I don't think so.
I'm not
I
saying
mean, I'm not saying he's not capable.
I'm not
but-
saying one of us has to volunteer.
I know,
I'm
but
just saying-
it's the easiest thing to do.
Yeah.
But I don't want to push anybody in that direction.
Yeah.
I did posit the idea.
What about
I was
Jack?
feeling them out. Well, I think they kind of were, and now he's at a point where he doesn't.
Want to?
Want
Yeah.
or trust himself enough, or he's in
Yeah.
the. Well, I think the last time we left him, he was like in the self-loathing kind of.
Totally down to help him try to rebound and
Yeah,
take
like
that spot.
let's.
But,
Yeah. Get it together.
I did posit like, hey, if I were to bring Howl's body and you were able to reconnect them, like, would you be content with like Howl doing it? And basically said yes, but Howl was kind of like, I miss you guys, and like
I don't want to do that.
I'm proud to like do this and have this title and do it, but I would prefer to be with you guys.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah. So I don't want to make him do that.
Yeah,
No.
that would be hard.
You don't want to make someone do it.
Let's table that. Let's
Yeah.
keep that as an option
yeah.
because I still have to get to Xantha and I can open up a communication tower there. So that way we can have. I saw that in Ambercrag they were throwing up all these
Oh, yeah.
large towers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We need more.
There's a tower in Xantha. You
There is.
gave it to Evan Root back in the original party split. Or you gave it to Bentley and CJ when they headed out there.
Let me
And
take,
Evan
let
Root
me
said
take
when
that
I-
off my to-do list
Sick.
then. Never mind.
There's one in Xantha.
Thank you.
Sick.
You need,
I'm missing Alluvia and Amberite Sierras.
Yes, you need one on the Amberite Sierras and one on Alluvia.
I mean, I'd be curious. My Monty's out
so
doing
close to
the
that.
gyms, and maybe that's something that like
And then the world will be
we
connected.
can do at some point because the gym's not there. But if I can pitch it to him like, hey, you know, my team has done X amount of badges. Would you please do us the honor of like allowing them to try for another, and maybe just getting back into the swing of things might
Mhm.
help bring him out of it.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I never fought him. I was like,
Yeah.
I'll take him on.
Yeah.
And the Coldplay's Fix You starts playing
Yeah.
while you're battling Jax.
Yeah. And like I would love to take him on again too, but I mean my team would at that point.
Yeah.
But maybe that's we just try to put some pep,
some
back
pep in his step. I mean, as much as I mean, right now on my docket, the only thing right now is to make sure that one, we get CJ and make sure everybody's good, and then I got enough. My thing was to go find resources for Rocket, and now that I'm having to do this to save CJ, started taking another to-do thing off of my list. So if you
Okay.
need help with any of the Source Stone
Yeah.
stuff and traveling around, I got you.
Yeah.
You can
Okay.
send me off in another direction, or we can tag team.
Same.
Okay.
So.
The other question, I don't know if you've messed with it at all with the Purify rune. I was half tempted to do that on the Steelix to see if I could purify the metal off of him.
Yeah, I'm
But-
willing to try it.
I didn't want to do it and have it fail and make the world worse in the short term.
Mm.
Like I don't know what's gonna happen.
I think if
So-
if it's natural metal but unnatural to him, should be fine, right? It's kind of like a peel
no
off.
idea. So I didn't know if
like
you.
a snake.
Yeah.
I don't know if you experienced or saw anything like that in the hospital. Not specifically with
No.
steel, but similar to Moon Touch, where you're purifying an element. But it sounds like maybe that does work. Maybe
Yeah.
we can try on him. But,
Yeah.
because he's so big, maybe we can try together
Okay.
and both do it.
I'm game.
Okay.
All right.
I know it was a lot.
No,
It's
it
all
opened
a
up.
lot.
It opened up a lot of different other avenues because
Yeah.
I mean now we should probably go back
I
out to
think-
Tide Caller, figure out what happened with
Yeah.
Big
the
Boy
Fraligator.
because Remy is now out of commission, right? Like he's
Yeah.
in coma.
Yeah. He's
So-
coma mode.
I can make my way out there, and I can make it in half the time we did last time because I can make the shit move faster.
Okay.
So I can get out there. If you two want to join me on that, you
Okay.
can meet the Fam Bam. Should
Okay.
be a great time. If you like drinking alcohol and being upset at the world, it's a fun place to be.
You like partying and depression and casual alcoholism, then come join the boat. We got Frog, Turtle, and Sadness.
I just need
Come
to
on down.
reconnect with my
You're
team
really selling
in
this.
Hillmouth at some point.
In
That's where I
Hillmouth?
told when they're done with their journey to meet me there.
Okay.
Well, then as soon as
So-
we're done with CJ, let's make our way there, and then we can shoot south from there.
I
I'd
mean,
like
we
to
can
make-
hang out with your dad for a bit. I just might like make my rounds in morning and dusk to
Okay.
see if I can see anyone flying
Yeah,
around.
yeah, yeah.
I just want to make a pit stop back at Ambercrag at some point because that's where I'm meeting Crickets.
Okay.
If he
I mean, you also have
finds
the
something.
benefit of the manor, so we could go and then
Yeah.
you could
Yeah,
wait
you
for him
could
and then
come
scoot
back.
over.
Yeah. Because all you need to do is, well, I can share you images in your brain of what the ship looks like, and you can just be there.
Yeah. Okay.
So, all right. Well, we'll figure that out. But let's rescue our wild child.
But I think this is that doing this. If we find the Oni, we can try that dominance thing and see if it works as a test because
Yeah,
it's got so many stones.
for sure.
If it works on that, it might work.
Yeah,
So this dominance thing, if you just clamp it on, it just automatically starts working, and he's underneath your
as
control.
far as I know.
There's no like walkie-talkie.
Mm-mm.
But we have to find that too
It functioned
for the
like
Oni.
someone put it on an APOM and we didn't know, and like Bentley gave it commands and it listened. It wasn't even like specific to
Yeah, it
the
was just
trainer.
like stop this, stop that.
Yeah, like anyone
Stop
could
it.
do it.
Weird. That makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, if we get to a point where it works and be like, cool, find a way to get to the moon and then blow yourself up.
If this thing is water infused,
Oh,
Now,
you maybe
I can make
with
it. I
wave.
can make it bow to me, and I can keep it pushed down. But I don't know how strong that element is versus all the other ones that
Right.
it has.
I mean,
Yeah.
worst case scenario, I can take it and attempt to just teleport behind it and put it on as fast as I can.
Just
Well-
while we distract it.
Yeah.
And we got. I mean, with
Well,
wave.
you try to pull the Infinity Gauntlet off.
Yeah. Star
Milo
Lord
will
come
sit on
punch
top
him
of
in the
its head and be
face.
like,
I got him.
and then,
and then
CJ
I'm there,
will come out.
Star Lord.
Yeah, no, CJ will come out and punch him in the face. And be like, stop it, we have a plan.
just
Yeah.
hold on.
Yeah, we definitely need to get the remote control.
Yeah. All
'Cause
right.
that could be
I mean,
the
if we
moon
put
thing.
the Dominus on it and tell it where the remote is, and like, hey, give us the remote,
Yeah.
and then we could take the Dominus off.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's a good opportunity to
And then
try.
we have the privateer balls as a backup or first thing to be
Yeah.
like, try this, boom, failed. Okay,
Right.
Dominus thing,
Yeah.
kind of all at the same time sort of deal.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm just kind of concerned. I wish we could have seen. You saw how it played out? Like, how did the stone explode?
Because it went after Crash. It saw Crash.
But my question is like I asked before, did it jump out of a broom closet and just like steal it, or were they like, did they challenge it to a fight?
Let's look at the Hamburglar.
Yeah,
It was-
for real. That's what I'm asking, because like, is it more of a sneaky guy, or was it
yes,
just like a brute force
he
destroyed?
had Bentley because he pretended to be Fisk.
Mm.
He killed Fisk. Pretended to be Fisk. Then stabbed Bentley. Pretended to be Bentley when CJ ran in there.
And then it just crushed the stone.
But CJ found Fisk, so he knew it wasn't.
yeah, but
yeah. And
you're
then
not answering my question.
So
though.
CJ sent out Crash.
For like a fight.
Yes.
Okay. So
No, but that's
Oh.
okay.
Okay.
I'll clear it up for you a bit.
Why else would CJ
I'll-
send out Crash?
I would presume you guys have been walking and talking and
Yes.
covering a lot of ground.
yeah. Flying and
The bunker is still at this current pace and not bullets like 76 miles per minute breakneck blitz pace. You've got another about day and a half traveling at the pace you're going, because again, even with the tailwind, the Noivern is half as fast as Bullet.
okay.
And also, you are half as fast as Bullet.
Okay.
When you're
Right.
wingsuiting.
Well,
Okay.
then I would like to just table this and scry it to see it.
That's what I'm getting
Okay.
to, is if you guys have been flying and talking,
Yeah.
time has been passing.
Okay.
Okay.
It can be approaching dusk.
I want to avoid like he said,
Then
she
let's
said
do
stuff.
it.
Yes, because
See
I
it.
am more than happy on account of I have been watching it every couple of days to make sure I remember all my facts. And then for this session,
Facts
I'm
don't
just
care
gonna
about your
literally
feelings.
splice that in over this, and then I'll show it to you guys as soon as it's rendered and done, which
Okay.
could be as early as this afternoon. But
So
Okay.
it's getting to that
Alright.
time to where we can man her up right now.
yes,
Okay.
because it's probably even maybe a little bit before that the Noivern and Doubloon are kind of like, break please.
Tapping out.
Because Doubloon is a tiny creature, so he has to dash intermittently to keep up with you guys.
Yeah.
And he's also maintaining concentration on a tailwind.
Okay.
Homeboy is working hard.
Totally fair.
Yeah, he is.
Totally
Yeah,
fair.
he's keeping it up. And he has been enhanced to be able to fly this fast, but he's still tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's got to like kind of keep up with you guys. But I'll say you find it's easy enough to find a place that is sort of undisturbed on this path. Not a lot of people take Route 102. It's very natural. And you haven't seen anything untoward. There's been nothing like highly sus, no signs of moon-touched activity over here.
Okay.
Because there's not a lot of stuff on Route 102. It's just an overgrown path people don't take anymore.
Okay.
Well, then let's park it right here, and we'll kind of wait for the manor to come on to us in a awesome way.
Hey, girl!
Like, hey.
The manor's just like, let me get that jersey. Your name, your number. Okay. Yeah, the manor door can open.
Yes.
Which for Phoebe, you're like, home sweet home, and you guys are like, I missed you so much.
I actually kind of have. I've been sleeping on a ship for 2 weeks.
Then you go to your room. That's a ship.
Yeah,
whole
no,
time,
like, damn.
whole time you've been talking
you
to
can
Dee, he's been
imagine-
standing like this. So then what happened? What are you doing, Dee? I'm just used to this. You don't understand. You land lovers wouldn't understand, okay? 'Tis a pirate's life for me.
Yar.
But as the door appears to the manor, it swings wide into the foyer. Welcome home, boys. Welcome home. Ruby has been hard at work in the kitchen.
She's still in here?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
I'm not gonna
Ruby.
kick Ruby out.
No, I'm not saying you would.
Ruby's still in here. Pendleton and Ona are just kind of hanging out. They're like, so, what's up, guys?
Hey.
Isn't Drip still in here?
Drip is, I believe, still in here as well. Just kind of wandering around. Ruby's been really looking after Drip.
After yeah.
He's still growing boy. Gotta make sure he eats.
yeah,
Keep him fed.
for sure.
He's just.
Heck yeah.
Saw, dude.
Home sweet home.
Yeah.
I'm going to the kitchen.
Are we breaking first? Okay.
What?
Are we taking a break first?
Taking a break?
In the kitchen to
We're
like
gonna
eat.
scry.
Oh,
to eat
yeah,
in
yeah,
character.
yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Huh?
I'm gonna grab like a chicken leg,
just
and then
gonna
I'll meet
snack.
up with everybody.
Say what?
What?
D grabs meat.
Oh, okay. I'm assuming so.
He'll probably have like 2 bites and be like, "Yeah." He's trying a new thing.
Adventurous.
I want to be cool like everyone else.
More like,
stick
I
to
don't
my
have much
morals.
longer to live anyway. Might as well
Yep.
try meat.
Yeah, yeah.
Might as well try meat.
It's
Bucket
true.
list.
But you got. I
Beyond
guess I forgot to
burger.
mention. You would even probably notice this easily. D's got actual muscle definition now.
He does.
Nice.
Mm.
Hitting the weights.
Magically, yes.
And the waves.
Nice.
Yeah. Significantly too. My strength went from a 10 to a 15.
Nice.
He got strong.
Statistic wise.
Nice.
Awakened wave can do many things.
Sick.
when it
Protein.
when it doesn't hate you, it's super useful. But I'll say it's easy enough. You guys
Yeah.
grab a nice hearty meal.
I'm gonna get some popcorn for this scrying.
Yeah. You just, so that anyway. That's just get butter all over the crystal ball.
It's all covered in grease.
So I was thinking about that.
Milo will eat some food and be sad knowing it's not Arjan cooked food.
Oh, it's like, why are you gonna
Yeah.
be sad?
Misses his buddy, his little
Yeah.
buddy. And he's
Arjan's not with you?
no, nobody's with me, dude. Except for
Well, I thought you would have left Arjan on the manor. Is he
No.
with Monty
Uh-huh.
too? Wow.
Yeah. The whole squad except for Pip, Bullet, and Wadsworth.
yeah. And I am gonna go
Everybody.
grab the 3 Pidges.
Yeah,
Pigeons.
they're like hanging out in the foyer space. They haven't figured out doors,
That's fine.
so they're just like they left once, and then they're like, "Ooh." They just made they made little sticks up above the doors. They're like, they're
So
just hanging out.
I'm going to put the ice one in the PC
Okay.
for now, because again, I mentioned my concern with like magic kind of dissipating. If this were to just open up and deposit them somewhere, they could very easily become moon touched again, and I
Mhm.
don't want that fate. I'm gonna put the ice one in the PC. I'm gonna take the 2 regular ones with me, because while I'm talking to Scions, if there's any elements they can attune to, like the ice one, then maybe
That'd be
we can get
interesting.
some other.
Have a firebird.
Get
Yeah.
a poison Pidgey.
Yeah, could
That would be dope.
Who knows?
Just Just inky black.
I mean,
It's a poison.
The ice one attuned quickly to Nubster's stone, but neither of the other two could. So I'm imagining they're predetermined in like what type they can become. So gotta try both at wherever we go. So
Why not?
We'll take them with and hopefully get them some more abilities. Keep the ice one safe in the PC for now because I don't want them being kicked out. And then we'll go to the foyer to get ready for the
movie.
the worst movie I've ever seen.
Scribble.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Movie it
so
up.
couple leading questions for Phoebe, who will be leading us on this Scribble
Are we
journey.
skipping the previews?
Well, kind of.
Okay.
What are you scrying on
And
specifically?
now, our feature presentation.
What do you mean?
Because if you say like, I want to scry on the Oni at this point in time, you're not going to see any lead up or anything, and you're going to see it from its perspective.
Oh.
But if you say like, I want to scry on Crash, you'll see everything happen from Crash's perspective. So depending on where you or if you're like shot in the dark, I want to scry on the Cajun Crocodile this room, the roll will be a little bit higher. But if you guess right, you'll just see that room. So what I'm asking is, where are you scrying?
This is
What are you
you're
looking at?
asking a genie for a wish, but you have to be specific about your wish.
In the way that I hope for
Monkey
and
paw.
intend.
I think it should be from the Oni's perspective.
Interesting.
But can you broaden that over like the last 2 or 3 days?
It will show you can scry for 10 minutes on any point in history at all, which you can all in character know exactly how long it's been since an explosion happened.
Yeah.
So you would know at least before then.
So maybe like a minute preceding Bentley being stabbed. So we can see a little bit of that lead up, see how he dealt with CJ and Crash, because it sounds like they were not in the room at the time. We can get a look on that tactic, and then as much time as we can after that to see what happened and where he went. That's my hat in the ring.
Okay.
Yeah, mine would probably be a couple of minutes beforehand of like that, to where maybe it's like just before they meet up with the Oni kind of thing, you know what I mean? And then like 2 or 3 minutes to see if they were...
Oh, can we split it up like that, or does it have to be 10 continuous?
It is 10 continuous
Yeah,
minutes
yeah.
from a point that you choose.
That's what I'm saying. So like from
Yeah.
that time of like near maybe the end of Bentley's conversation with the Oni, and then proceeding from there. You know what I mean? Like
think
the
that-
last
yeah,
minute
I think we're
of
saying
it.
the same thing.
Are we?
Yeah.
We are. You know what?
Yeah. Basically, what I'm
Let's do
asking is who is the focus of the scry? Because
The
if it's the Oni, or
It's
if
the
it's
Oni.
Bentley, or if it's CJ, it would affect how easy or difficult your check would be.
Yeah.
It's the Oni.
Because it's how familiar you are with them.
Oh, so it'd be easier if we did CJ's
Or
point
Bentley.
of view
It is easier to
succeed.
scry on somebody that you are intimately familiar with.
Well, if
in the
Bentley
sense
gets
of saying-
stabbed and dies in the moment, or not dies,
But
but
you'll
goes into
be able
coma.
to see him. Is it like a bird's eye view, or is it?
It is a
through their-
bird's. It would be like a kind of like a third-person view over Bentley, but you would see his surroundings,
Right.
and the things he's.
So maybe same timeline,
able
but
to
from
see.
CJ on CJ.
CJ.
Focused on him.
All right.
Because what I'm saying is like,
Then
depending on who you
CJ
scry on and when,
and
you're
CJ's
gonna get something extra and not see some stuff.
Well, then what point are we scrying from then? If it's CJ's point
I
of
say
view.
same point because
Right
something
before
might
Bentley
happen.
stabbed?
Something might happen that triggers CJ to know that something's going on, and then we can see how he discovers the Oni and what tactics it plays in that moment.
Play the clip.
All right. So if we're scrying on CJ.
Yep.
And you want to scry X amount of minutes, like 10 minutes before the explosion, or
No.
kind of like
A few
overshoot it? So do like 5 minutes before and see after?
And 5 minutes.
and
post.
see where CJ goes.
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
Throw me an Arcana check.
Yeah. What?
Throw me an Arcana check. You have advantage on Arcana checks when using the scry ball
Throw me a
because it was
Tonka.
given to you.
Throw
Plus
me
6.
Yeah, throw me an Arcana check at advantage and then roll me a d6 when we're done.
a Tonka truck.
One thing at a time.
It'll be 16 for the Arcana check.
You have
Okay,
advantage.
You have advantage.
Not again.
That'll be 25 on the Arcana.
That's a
check.
lot better. And then roll me a d6 real quick to determine how long before it recharges again.
1.
Get a one.
One.
3.
3? That's
all
not bad. All right.
I take a nap for 4 days.
Just waste 4 days.
All right, let's.
I need to rest up.
I'm so tired.
Let me get you the actual background music that was playing in the moment.
It's just polka
If
music.
if it's really upbeat.
It is. Welcome to Wadalonga. So as the lot of you kind of gather around, Phoebe, you take your greasy butterfingers.
Yes.
Scribble, tell to me the tale of CJ and family.
Yes.
And
You
away
make a
it
good
goes.
witch.
Yes, your vision is carried back to...
I'm getting better at this.
Yeah. As your vision pulls away from the manor through the scry ball, projecting onto the wall, time stretches backwards and that blue plume of smoke just drags back down. And about 5 minutes before everything goes down, CJ is standing on the roof of the Cajun Crocodile with Crash. And they're looking out over the flooded Green River and Lake Lahana. For those of you that haven't been there before all of this went down, the Cajun Crocodile is the only building that is still standing after the recent flooding. The sort of moon-touched, widespread invasion was held off by a big old flood. The consequence of that is there is one building remaining, and it is being floated by whoopers and quagsires. As CJ and Crash are up there, they look down towards where the riverboats had been in the past, where you guys had gone to Anne-Marie's general store, met up with Captain Fry. All of those boats are upturned, kind of tossed to the side, and there are a number of figures floating in the water that CJ's looking at. And he looks at Crash and goes, "Hey, we should probably go investigate that, huh?" And Crash goes, "Bah!" And he's about to jump. And then he stops and goes, "Let's go look for some scuba gear." And they head back down the stairs. And he kind of bumbles around for a bit and he finds a door, swings it open, and it's dark in there. And a little bit of light's kind of pooling in. You can still hear the party ambiance from the floor below. Wadalonga's one big party right now. Partying like it's the end of the world, because it might as well be. You can see CJ's kind of staggering around. He seems a little off, like he's off his balance, and it might be that the whole building's kind of rocking back and forth. But he walks into this room, starts opening a couple boxes, looking around, and then he stops when he sees a horizontal pair of boots. And he kind of trails that up to a set of overalls, and then a red checkered shirt, and a hat that is kind of pulled down over the backwards facing head of one Mr. Fisk. And as he lifts that hat and makes the connection, he goes as pale as a ghost, and you all hear a gunshot. And CJ just begins screaming, "Oh no! No!" and runs out of the room with Crash behind him. Slides out into a hallway and looks out and sees Bentley frantically waving at him.
CJ! CJ, there's someone in here!
And CJ runs off towards that room, looks into the darkness, and sees Bentley bleeding out on the floor. Unconscious, with 3 enormous gash wounds. Before we look down and we see 3 large bladed claws stick through CJ's abdomen as well, as he is thrown into the room. What happens next is quite a blur. But as CJ spins on his feet and goes to draw his knives, you see the visage of Bentley fade away into a massive silver steel humanoid fox-looking creature with 3 enormous jagged scythed claws on each hand.
CJ was also stabbed.
CJ was also stabbed.
Okay.
No one gets out. unless they
And
get
as
stabbed.
CJ spins and sees Crash running through the door behind him, he's got Growl out at his side as well. I forgot to mention that. Growl is with him. And Growl has been growling at Bentley. But that's neither here nor there. But after he's stabbed, he runs to Bentley's side and throws Rose out. Rose proceeds to sit atop Bentley and try to heal him with calming waters. Gets him stable, but not up. As Phoebe, you recognize these wounds on his stomach. You've helped to treat them. The calming waters of Rose do nothing to assist this wound. It just stays open, pooling blood. As CJ spins, Rose does not move from her position on top of Bentley. Remy and Evangeline slide in around towards the doorway, and Evangeline starts trying to fight the Oni with them before it notices Crash. And as CJ is trying to stab the Oni to little avail, you are watching a creature take hits from your friends that would kill the ordinary creature. And the Oni takes it without flinching. Which, as Phoebe can tell you, with all of the resistances and immunities that it has to damage types from the stones it has absorbed, is entirely unsurprising. It spins, extends its claws out, and forms a large hammer and smashes into the back of Crash, which shoots a massive crack up his spine. Crash cries out in pain. They continue fighting for a few more seconds. And once again,
Why wouldn't you call him back?
that hammer strikes, and CJ's vision goes white. There's an awful sound of an explosion, which you have all felt and seen with your own eyes at various distances. And even though CJ can't see, Scrying Orb can. And where the mercury pool failed was trying to scry on something that can't be scryed on. You're scrying on CJ. And CJ can be scryed upon. As Crash's stone explodes, there is a burst of bright blue light out of Crash's mouth and eyes and his back before he just collapses limp to the floor. As the Cajun Crocodile pulls in, the wood begins to creak and bend before it just detonates outwards, and you see the bodies of countless numbers of your friends be just tossed aside. Growl and Rose, being the two closest, do their best to shield their respective owners, and that is why they are in such a bad shape. Evangeline does the same for Remy, just throwing herself in front of him. But as you see all of these individuals just get tossed, there's one area that is largely unaffected. And it's approximately the size of the Oni. As it projects a shield over itself and CJ, makes sure that he's unconscious, slams his head into the ground, throws him over its shoulder, and while still hovering in the air, looks at this irradiated cloud, at the pulverized blue stone, holds its hand out and its palm opens. And it just pulls in a portion of energy. There's a blue shimmer across its entire body. It looks down at everybody who's now floating in the water a few feet below it, and disappears.
Like it teleported?
Yes. You see CJ appear in a room, unconscious, in the dark, in a place you do not recognize. There's a small cot in the corner, and what looks to be like a bowl of gruel, just food. And on the other side of the sort of glass wall of where CJ is being held, you see this Oni shimmer and shift to look like someone that none of you have seen before. It's a young woman, maybe a couple years older than most of you, maybe about Phoebe's age, wearing a lab coat, big set of dark glasses, just staring down, watching CJ. And Phoebe, you see those same stab wounds on CJ, not being treated. Which, as we know from even how short a time it was that Bentley was afflicted, Bentley's max HP dropped pretty substantially. So wherever CJ is, he is on a pretty tight clock. But as the person that is watching over him sort of loses interest, they walk out of view. And just before our scry ends, Crash walks around the corner, pushes the door to the cell open, shuts it behind, and then lays down and pretends to be unconscious.
Oh my god.
In the cell across from CJ.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Holy hell.
And as our scry pulls back, that's where we're going to end today's session. Knowing now the true extent of the danger CJ is in, Phoebe, Milo, and Dee prepare for the worst and hope for the best when they continue their journey in the morning. If you enjoyed this episode of Boarding Party, please consider leaving a like on the video to show your support. If you'd like to see more of the Tots and stay up to date on the Laris region, why not subscribe to the channel? If you'd like to help us out in other ways, you can follow the links in this video's description box to our Patreon. From there, you can join the discussions in our Discord server, or check out the post shows still rolling, get a recap of every session with myself and the crew. Let us know in the comments below what you thought about the reunion of some of the Tots, and what might happen to CJ. Thanks so much for watching. Catch you next week as CJ awakens in a cell across from his best friend, unaware of the calamity behind him.